Welcome everybody, wherever you are, to the Deer Park Club as they prepare to unveil, to unleash SCHRANER, who steps onto a rink in metropolitan Pennant for the first time in over 10 years. In fact, there are a total of 7 debutants across the rink tonight for the reigning premiers as they begin their quest to go back to back to back. The Valley never really fired a shot in last year's grand final and will be out for some early season redemption. They're more than capable. They were 3-0 against the champions up until the decider some 229 days ago. They came into Premier Division as the Hunters in their first season. It would seem now they've become the Hunted. It's the grand final rematch to open season 24-25 on what is a cool spring evening here in the west of Melbourne, and it's my pleasure to welcome BV's Events and Competitions Manager Troy Stafford to call the opening game of the season alongside me. It's good to have the Bulls back, Troy. Welcome.
Sure is, Sammy, and what a fitting opening you have given us there to an absolute cracking match. One of the traditions we have now is grand final replay in the opening game. And a fun fact for you, Sammy.
Go on.
There is no club who has gone back to back to back.
I was hoping
the Bowls Vic or RVBA Premier Division competition. Never been done.
I was hoping you had done the research beforehand because I was about to ask you anyway, so I'm glad you
There's
have.
plenty that have won it. It's been done back to back. Altona's done it. Melbourne's done it. Someone might be able to tell me if someone else has done it, but I know those two have done it, and they've won 8 of them each. But nobody has done the three-peat. So Deer Park will be very, very keen to break that record. And
it's okay, the game hasn't started yet. So.
And Moonee Valley will be keen to open their account and try and rectify their grand final defeat last year, having beat them 3 times during the home and away, but just getting on the wrong end of it in the big one. But this is a star-studded lineup for both teams, so pretty excited about this one.
And we are underway. The roll-up, 2 and roll-up has been done. And we're into things. It's Blake Andrews kicking things off for the season for Moonee Valley, leading tonight. He makes a return to the Valley's top side. He's been in and out the last few seasons. I don't think we saw him make an appearance last time around, but back in the side is Blake Andrews leading up here. Green speed, Troy.
Players tell us it's around the 14 seconds, 13.5 to 14. We'll obviously drop as the sun goes down. It's fairly windy here, which every time I come out to Deer Park, it is fairly windy.
Yeah, the sun in a bit of an awkward situation where we're seated for the first little bit of the game, but it has just ducked across behind the trees in the background. So see if the green speed holds up. I assume it'll drop another second fairly quickly.
Yeah, as soon as that sun sets, and it's not far off going behind that clubhouse there. Magnificent clubhouse here at Deer Park.
Got a few...
What a cracking correction there.
A few guest commentators as well, Troy, to join us throughout the evening. We'll rotate around a little bit. A few familiar voices, a few new ones as well. And of course, don't forget, if you haven't already, get on board with the tipping competition. It kicked off last week, a couple games in Premier Reserve. Of course, this is round 1 of Premier Division this weekend. In fact, I had a little bit of a... I don't think this is actually allowed, but it is now because I've gone and done it. Tip the Moonee Valley boys tonight. I just think there's something there. They're going out for a bit of redemption after last season. A strong side across all four rinks.
So are you telling me, Sammy, in the Bowls Vic Facebook tipping, you've gone Deer Park, and in the Sam Rogers personal tipping...
they're both the same. They're both the same.
But as we published on Facebook, what does it say? Well, Sam Rogers...
We will get that changed.
Deer Park, so...
Not me personally, because I don't know how to, but we'll get it changed.
Commonly now known as Switzerland. He can't lose.
Wow.
Foot in each camp.
Brent Code is one of those debutants. We've become accustomed to seeing him in a Deer Park uniform, of course, representing them the recent VBL, of course, VBL 3 champions, Deer Park Club. Brent Code playing a crucial role in that side.
Certainly was. Played some big bowls leading. So Very good draw game. As talking about draw games, James Federico drawing another shot.
Yeah, Wiz back, taking it probably not a step back, but given the strength of their side across the rink, sort of probably used to seeing Wiz playing a back-end role, playing second here tonight, round one.
I think it's going to be fairly common across most Premier Division sides that they've all recruited, and they're pretty much all of them will have a stronger lineup this season, so it just makes the competition stronger and stronger. It's something that's well sought out to win this title. As Bradley Gibson, third for Moonee Valley, steps up for his first bowl. Probably be just looking, if you can turn that bowl of James Federico's just in behind the jack, because it's just sitting as a little bit of a target.
Yeah, we're going to get a few stats going for this game tonight, Troy. We've sort of tried and tested it over the last 6 months with a few various events, and we're keen to have it going for Pennant round one, although our mystery stats man at BV is stuck in a bit of traffic on the ring road as... Hello, who's this? It's Kevin Anderson.
The big fella from Moama.
Running shot early, misses underneath, so Valley holding a couple here on the opening end. They're sort of both sat at jack high, a little bit of a target. Brad Gibson, more commonly known as Sticks, we'll refer to him as that throughout the evening. Very versatile player. Played an important role in getting the Valley up to Premier Division, out of Division 1, played a skipping role. Played third for most of the season to Lynchy last year. Kevy hits it, makes good connection. Turns a bowl through the jack. Jack stays into the ditch, so it's just to the right-hand side of the, or as you look at it from that angle, the left, you can see the marker just next to Kevy's bowl there up on the bank.
If we can just get that camera down a little bit to see the action
stopping
there
in
in
time.
the ditch.
He has and fell back. Thank you very much.
Just a bit over to the left, we can see that jack. Tough up near for Leroy here. Geez, he's bang on line. Probably about 1.5 meters short.
Just see if we can catch Lynchy's bowl on the way in, because he's pretty close again, isn't Troy?
He just needed to contact that bowl to take a little bit of pace off.
Just fell in, so opening end here. Valley's holding a couple. SCHRANER. Nice bowl at the end. What's he playing, Troy?
I think he's just playing. He's playing weight. He's looking for the 2 bowls.
How's he going? Playing speed. Asking it to move more.
Got one.
Oh, unbelievable. Nearly clipped one out. The Valleys hold on to one. We're away. Season 24-25. The opening end has been played, and there's always action aplenty. Let's see here the rinks tonight. Touched on a few of the players already. The stream rink for Deer Park. Chris Green, Breton Code, Kevy Anderson making his Deer Park debut. SCHRANER back in action up against Blake Andrews, James Federico, Brad Gibson and Nathan Lynch. So you had a look through. There's a few familiar faces, a few new ones as well across both sides. We'll touch on that as the evening progresses, I'm sure. And a bit of noise from the rink next door. Matty O's played a good one.
Killed the end. Replay. So the way they're playing now back to the clubhouse, I would fair to say it's going to be a good second quicker. They're well and truly with the wind going that way. So I reckon there's more chance of seeing a few bowls running past the jack as we see the last one probably about 5 feet past. Blake looking to drop 2 metres.
How's he gone?
Still a touch quick.
Plenty of comments coming in across Facebook and YouTube this evening. Big shout out to the Dandenong and Moama Bowls Club as always for powering the stream as we're heading to season 24-25. Craig McCarran, Sam, just keep that seat warm. Well, it's pretty fresh out here tonight for the opening game. Slight contrast to this time last year. It's about a 30-degree evening. Round 1, that was the grand final rematch between Deer Park and Clayton. Deer Park wouldn't mind a repeat of a similar scoreline here tonight.
Good shot here by Feder. Draws the shot, just about a foot short of the jack.
And of course, if you're on the road or on the go this evening and can't tune in, you can still jump onto the Bowls Now app. Second year running. Players will be live scoring, no scorecards out on the rink, so if you're looking for some end by end scores, have a jump in there and check out all the action as well.
Just seeing that, 4, 5, 6 foot past is obviously the difference in speed going one way to the other. We'll take a couple of ends for them just to adjust and settle into that. But all playing good line at the moment.
James Federico is even better this time around.
2 good starts.
Yeah, that was important when no one else was really in the zone. He found it with his first to double up and went even better than his first.
'Tis a game of correction though. Can Breton Code drop that 4, 5 feet required?
Played this real good.
Can he get down to the jack? What a cracking shot. Brenton Code.
Makes it look easy. Couple down. Nothing in the head. Front toucher, if you don't mind. And comes to a spot, Troy. It's very hard to get at.
Have a look at the line of those 3 bowls. Very, very hard to get at. I reckon I'd be pretty happy having a state singles champion playing as my 2. What do you reckon, Sammy?
Yeah, look, wouldn't say no.
Mind you,
Good player.
I think I'd probably be the 2 though. It's the only problem with that story.
How's he going? Brad Gibson.
Just
Did
cutting
he throw
under.
it?
Just
Oh,
caught the edge.
Bad. Does he open up any look at it? Probably.
He does. Can the bowl go off clean?
I don't know if it can get off clean, but it gives them a few more options up the middle.
There's a gap of about an inch between shot bowl and jack. So you'd have to get a very fine piece of that shot bowl through the yellow. Not an easy shot here for Kevy to add, actually.
See the sun's just right in the plays, faces down this end of the green. Just making it a little bit tricky early on. Kevy comes to not a bad home. If they play more weight at it though, you think the jack's springing further than that.
It's interesting, 4 out of the 5 that have played a draw shot. First bowl all 5 to 6 feet past the jack. Just shows that extra run coming down this way. Brad Gibson looking to open this up if he can get that yellow one that's the closest.
Yeah, that was the idea.
On the wide side.
Gives them the best back bowl. Every chance the jack might get all the way through. It's a little bit deceiving on the camera behind the head. There is a little bit of room in between the front pack of bowls and the shot bowl. It almost looked like, well, there's less room now that that's happened. And
it does open the path up though for Lynchy to sit that bowl. If he gets a fine piece, he can sit it off without the jack and make a number.
Swanee Woolridge from the streets of Moama tuning in to see his clubmate Kevy Anderson.
And Funky quoting a bit of German there. Did enjoy a lovely trip to Germany and other parts of Europe 18 months ago with Funky and his lovely wife Katie. Some good memories.
Yeah, it's the right idea. It's drifted away.
Good weight for it.
I think there's enough room to turn the bowl sort of through and the jack hang around to stay for a couple of shots.
If Leroy can just get there first, sit that bowl onto the jack, he can make 5 here.
Down. Tell you what.
Third, he's made third shot though.
Has he made third or has he made second?
I think third.
Quicker weight here is the call from Brad Gibson. Quick at it. They're killing to play. How's it going? Hold on.
Oh, he's just caught the edge of that bowl.
What an effort. Misses that. He's all good. Oh, does Kevy see something else? Is there a pack?
Kevy, it's that do you see what I see, Kev? I think he's seen it.
What does he see, Troy?
He sees shot bowl onto the jack, move it a couple of feet and make a number. You got 2 of Kevy's bowls.
How does he get to it? Forehand underneath to pop it, or is he going the other way, just trying to miss?
Nah, forehand underneath.
Bowl.
Can play it either way. Weight's the key. Play it with good weight. He can make 6. He's got his own. He's got 2 of Kevy's. He's got Brenton Codes plus the shot bowl. The guys at this level are certainly not afraid to attack when the shot presents itself.
I don't know if he's got the weight.
If he's under that
Troy.
bowl, yeah, you're right. He hasn't got the weight.
Well, they'll get themselves on the board. Is he getting 2 out of that, Kevy?
I'm going to say 1.
I think he might be right. They'll have a look at it.
And gets the measure out and decides not to use it.
So they're on the board, ties things up at 1 apiece. 2 ends played. It's the season open here at Deer Park. That grand final rematch. As we mentioned, Troy, Moonee Valley were 3-0 up until they played each other in the grand final. More than capable on their day. What are you angry about? He's not happy. Purple measure's not working. He's an angry man, Kevin.
Yeah, but he's angry with a smile usually.
Yes, correct. This is true.
Stretch the length out here, ditch to ditch. Wonder if this was a preconceived tactic. My feeling is yes. Lee SCHRANER loves his ditch to ditch. So I think it's a preconceived plan to go ditch to ditch. And if you can get a lead that can bang one in like Chris Green did there, it makes it all the more worthwhile. Good track by Blake. Just probably 4 foot short.
You can see here it's the sun coming at that angle, making it very tricky to see. Chris Green, a bit of frustration early, Troy.
Yeah, it's feeling your way in. He will be disappointed with that second one though.
Blake's gone better this time around. He's got the piece of the jack. He wants to get all of it.
Great correction.
Away pass, nicely played. Oh, there's so much bowls. Look at some of the players out on the rink here. Brad Holland playing third for Dylan Fisher on the far rink. Lukey Hoskin is down from Bendigo playing third for Matty O. Twisties on the rink next door. Gee, there's plenty of talent.
Sure is. Despite all of that, these are the 2 best teams from last year. And looking at tips, a lot of people picking Deer Park to get that 3-peat.
Look, it's hard to go past, but the other teams around them have only got stronger.
They have. And
every other team.
Look at the outs from Deer Park. You've got world #1 Aaron Sheriff, and you've got Jay by Norris, who just won the Australian singles last night, who was the #1 Premier League skip last season, have come out of the side, but they replaced them with people like Breton Code on the mat, Kevy Anderson, a couple of young kids in their junior academy, Bailey Randall, Harry Coleman. So it's a, despite the fact that they've lost a bit of talent, they've gained a bit as well. Lee SCHRANER. Just the question why they're playing east-west. Just because of a patch of the green that's not quite to the standard of the rest of the green. By playing east-west, it takes that part of the green away. And outside of that patch, the green actually looks really, really nice. So it looks to be a green that's conducive to good bowls. Moonee Valley holding one here. Brad Gibson be looking to get another one in there. Can't afford to leave yourself vulnerable with one in the head with firepower of Kevy Anderson and Lee SCHRANER coming behind you, as well as having something past the jack just in case as well.
What's happening, Troy? Blake still holding on to one.
Holding the one there.
Well, and everything that's happening, there's a couple young guys making their debut for the Deer Park Club tonight, Troy, and one of them is Bailey Randall on the rink next door. He's playing second, so you know what that means, don't you?
He's got to do the live scoring, Sam.
And what has he done on the first end, Troy? He's accidentally gone and marked the game as completed and finished the game at 0-0. So the boys have decided that's it. They're done for the night.
Fair enough. It's too cold.
Grab a beverage and watch the other three rinks go at it.
I don't blame him. He's probably the smartest man on the green, Sammy. It's a bit chilly out here.
Genius play.
Speaking of genius play, just got a little sort of a...
Didn't it?
A wiggle.
Almost wiggled down, then went out, and then fell back down once again.
But it's in a good spot.
Well, it is. It gives like a tiny bit of a shelf, but...
It does. It looks like it's a second shot, so holding two. Blocks the clear path to the jack, but does give the opportunity to get the edge of that and the edge of the other one.
What's the weight? Just enough to sit both bowls and stay, or we see quicker like he played on the first end?
I think it's any weight you like. Just reaching weight. Lose the bowl weight.
SCHRANER searching
just
forehand.
underneath.
Not over. Now it is.
If Lynchy can get a turn out of Brad Gibson's bowl, might just tidy it up a little bit. Bit of a crowd forming here. There's a few behind the rinks. There's a few in their portable clubhouse here. So good crowd. Good home there by Lynchy. If that jack does move, he's got best back. I think the call from Kevy was to go again. Looks to be playing similar weight. Looks to be getting a similar result. vacating 2 to Moonee Valley. Lynch, you coming down and have a look. Just looking at the best way to add another shot here. Looks to be just needing to beat that jack high bowl there.
Been running around behind the rink, so I haven't missed anything that's happened. What's she playing? Just drawing on the forehand, touches a bonus, or something a bit different, Troy? Or have you already...
Draw another. Just draw another. Beat the jack high bowl. Yeah.
Boring.
We've gone through that in your absence. Well,
you are boring.
Scoring 3 shots is never boring unless you are holding 4 or more before your last bowl, then it's a little boring.
Is he holding on in time?
Has he got the speed?
Oh, well, that's a pretty fair attempt. They'll take the 2 and run back on the board. So both sides exchanging ends in the opening stages. It's a 3-1 lead in the way of Nathan Lynch's Rink. Around the ground, very early stages. A couple of ones to Matty Bouse on the rink next door. So it's all pretty even early on.
Nothing more than a 2 so far in the game.
Jeffrey Davis. Good to hear you, Troy, but not Sam. Hey, do you know Jeffrey, do you?
And more importantly, Jeffrey knows me, and if he hasn't said good to hear Sam, perhaps he knows you too. Oh. Because he'd be right.
Okay, wow. Pick up
the
Mark
father
Casey.
of Josh
Yes.
Walker Davis.
Correct.
Having just competed with his son in the Australian fours. Would have been a big buzz, I reckon, for a father to have done that with his son. Not sure I can do that. My dad's only just started 12 months ago. So he'd better get good quick if he's going to carry me into an Australian fours match.
Yeah, Tim and I won't be reaching any of that those heights as well, because I can't carry you anymore. You are no good.
Probably got more chance than myself and Bill.
Oh, game. Mark Casey's Rink has picked up a 4 on N3. As you can see there, 6-1 lead against Michael Sims, who returns for another season at the Valley. Skipping duties this evening.
Good opener there by Blake Andrews. About a foot directly past the jack. And a great correction of weight by Chris Green. Gets the shot back.
3 to Dylan Fisher on the far end, so the scores you see on the screen are up to date. 11 ends of 84 played on the big board. 10-8, nothing separating the top 2 sides from season 23-24 so far.
Not a surprise, is it, Sam? Just under the head, but look at this weight. Absolutely perfect weight there by James.
Managed to flip this camera around, so the players... I was going to say there was no left-handers here tonight, but there were for half an end there.
Yeah, just to add a little bit of...
just to make sure everyone was switched on at home for the first game of the season.
Bit of spice and honey. Little touch of the jack, not quite.
I think you mentioned on the way out, Troy, when I was running around fixing up Bailey Randall's phone. There's plenty of support here for both sides. First game of the season.
Sure is, despite the weather, which is good to see.
Correct. Wizards just missed the speed this time around.
Not much correction required by Cody. Weight is perfect. Land that back bowl would be nice. Just caught a piece of it. Landed solid, would have been a little happier. Might see a change of hands here onto the forehand for Gibbo.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to turn the wing bowl in a roll and be one down.
I think that's shot already. But he's got an open draw, touch on the jack, makes a couple.
Yep, he called it forehand draw.
Couple
Just
to
going a
land.
fraction.
Land that one of Cody's, you'd
Oh,
be
not really.
relatively happy,
Yeah,
but
it's
not getting the hole.
Good area, isn't it?
Good area to miss, as they say.
Plenty of our regulars back in the comments for season 24-25. Benny Fletcher, Andrew Price supporting the Parkers. Brendan Elliott never far away when BVTV is live.
Where else would you be? Unless you were actually here watching it live.
Moonee Valley, change of colours, Troy?
In uniform, are you saying?
New shorts.
Correct.
Definitely new shorts. Except that Riley Boxall on the Rink next door didn't get the memo.
New shorts for those that are wearing the new shorts.
Jeff Pickering asking after the pace of the green. We'll keep a close eye on this one from Brad Gibson because he's on the dead draw here. He's asking for it to run.
We believe it's around the 13.5 to 14 second mark.
And won't get any quicker than that as the night progresses, I'd imagine.
No, well, the sun has started to go down behind the clubhouse. As you can see, all the shadows starting to form. And when that happens, the Tiff Dwarf does stand up as Kevy draws the shot.
Well done. Probably as many. Is it one or two there?
Two.
Bowl on the right-hand side. There's only really a bowl in front of the Jack Eye. And Blake Andrews, what, a good sort of foot and a half pass, would you say, Troy?
I'd say a foot, yeah. Yep.
Ben Simmons asking for some commentators that actually understand the sport. Well, he's welcome any time.
Yeah, come along, Ben, and
yep.
You can watch someone else do it too. Look at the weight of this bowl.
Oh,
absolute perfect weight.
Inside of that, he probably gets down for the shot. Still a couple light.
It's a cruel game.
Stiff. Played a good one.
Cruel game sometimes.
This is true.
Just looking to beat those couple of Codys or beat the back one. You just about count.
I think he's in the area. He's always in the area. What's the pace like?
Don't think he's going to quite finish enough.
Oh, look at the track. Nathan.
Can just get a little edge of his first bowl, which he won't do. He's just left it a bit tight.
Turns James Federico's bowl up, but not far enough. Still a couple. Huge bowl. Rink next door.
Matthew O'Brien.
And it didn't quite work out for them at the Australian Championships in the men's fours, but he's back and he's put the jack into the ditch and just about landed right on top of it.
Has Leroy got enough this time?
Nudges on far enough and fall
in. He needed the inside of that. Couple of shots.
Couple, so 3-piece after 4 on the stream rink. 12-8 on the overall. And we give a lot of overall updates, Troy, but there's so many changing parts. You know, Matty O puts a jack in the ditch, the rink next door, the rink over. Mark Casey's just trailed a jack for a couple.
Action aplenty here.
Yeah.
And as that sun sets, I thought it was cold before, but now it's really cold.
That was very short and to the point. Now it's very cold. Correct.
But you know what's not cold, Sammy, is the action here
okay.
at Deer Park.
Good, yep. It
is hot.
Alrighty, so after dropping the opening 2 ends on the rink next door, couple ones, Valleys are on the board. How good's this? You make eye contact with the players, they'll look your way and give you a signal what it was. It was a 1 to
Chris
twisties.
Green trails a jack. Stays with it.
Yeah, better end than the previous in that direction. Blake just missing the speed with those ones. So chance here for Brett and Co to get another one in the area.
Yeah, Leroy's just asked for that couple of feet of weight. Turn the bowl off Jack High. If you can sit that bowl, fall in front of the jack, makes it very, very hard. Gives them 3, 1 on the jack and 2 past.
We mentioned there's a few debutants across both teams tonight. Deer Park have 7 on debut. A couple of their young stars in Harry Coleman and Bailey Randall, part of the Deer Park Youth Academy. Another initiative by Deer Park here.
As is Addie Ryan, not in this team, but in their academy.
Well, playing in their second side tomorrow, which is Division 1, Section 1, which is pretty fair in their own right. They had a huge win, actually, last week. They won by about 50 shots, their second side.
Pretty handy.
The strength of their club.
That's a very good bowl, James Federico. When your lead misses, your second is so critical. But not only has he put a bowl in the head, he's put it past the jack. So very, very good opening bowl there.
Doubt my second Daryl Blake tomorrow, the president of Glenroy Bowls Club's tune in, but I hope he was, and if not, I'll play it back to him tomorrow. Well, that's well said.
Tell him that's what you need to do. And I can let the second in my rink know, which is actually Benny Simmons' father, Mark Simmons. Mind you, generally he does do things like that. He's a pretty handy player, is Mark. He's not far away here. If he holds...
Needs some running time.
Just needed to hang. What a great effort.
Still say he gets him a good second shot.
Another bowl in the head. A little bit of a turtle.
Kept moving it the way, but as he said, fell back. So second shot. You see there, Kevy just trying to... It's one of those ones where do you look to land it, or are you just drawing the shot, and if you turn it or roll, it's more of a bonus than anything?
Pretty much. As we see, there's a game of Prem Reserve going on. Whittlesea up 15-6 versus Dandy Club.
Yeah, the reserve guys live score end by end as they were last season, so keep an eye on that one as well. You can via the Bowls Now app or into the results portal in Bowls Link as Kevy crashes. He almost turns it.
He's crashed into his teammate's bowl, so probably not gone far enough, but not as big as a disaster as if it was an opposition bowl. I think we're going to see a bit of weight here. Bowl or jack underneath. Got a couple in the head now that aren't near each other, which is also handy so that generally you don't get them both. They're playing the hard weight here. Thought they would have gone bigger at that. Maybe they're just looking for another bowl in the head. You don't want to turn that in, though.
Turned it onto the line and covers up the jack, so that weighted shot becomes even harder, I guess, doesn't it?
It does, but I think it's even more required now. Pretty hard to get inside those two on the draw.
Well, Kevy looking to add another one in. Much better line. Well, what does it give him? Another...
Round the back, he's gone.
Another fourth shot.
Sticks,
he's still
don't know if
with
it'll
one
be fourth.
Come. What do you reckon? He's line one up, or does they get another one in the area?
Got to go it.
Guess they got to go it to get shot.
Open it up.
If he goes again and misses, he does leave himself a little open in there, exposed in the head, I suppose. I mean, it's still exposed as it is sitting there, I guess.
I think he's got to go. There's a port there while the hole's there. get it before it's gone.
Sometimes it only takes one rink to win the overall, Troy. Casey has scored 11 shots in the first 4 ends against Michael Sims. That's worrying signs for the
It's a pretty handy start, isn't it?
It is. Back here, sticks here. What's he looking for? He's trying to draw this one off.
Just trying to draw another bowl in the head.
I think the line's okay. Is he a bit quick?
He is a little quick. Doesn't want his own bowl out. No.
Now gives him another one.
It does, but it leaves him one bowl in the head. Leroy lands that bowl. He's holding 6.
Harry Coleman just casually wandering over, picking up his teammate's bowl.
Good to see.
That's pretty cool.
It's very good to see.
Only a couple. Just open up a little lead early. 15 ends played, and there's a chance to roll the yellow bowl out to make a few more.
Just hanging on that breeze. Whilst
I think that's all it was. I thought out of the hand is okay. Look at that. Even still, it's still holding the line the whole way down. You can't quite see the flake. You see a few of the flakes in the background just picking up towards us.
Yeah, the wind was down the green, but it's come across the green a bit more now, and it's seen a few bowls on this forehand that Lynch is playing turn across the head, and on the other side that Leroy's playing hang out.
Lynch sticking with the draw here.
He needs another bowl in the head now. It's not an easy shot, but he's played it well. He's got third shot.
Well done.
Gives him an option to play now, and it also...
Well, now he can, can't he? Yep.
He can, but it also takes Leroy's shot away that he could have sat that bowl for a big number. Last thing the Valley would want when they got a rink 11-1 down, they need to sort of control the other rinks at this stage.
Hello. Wow.
Good weight, but fortunate result. Lynch is lining up though.
Backhand runner. Seen this many times before.
If he's under that, he's very close.
Did he get it through the guts?
He's played a great shot. What a cracking shot. He's made 2 as well. What a brilliant conversion. If he's under that, he's very close.
Did he get it through the guts?
He's played a great shot. Well, sometimes you can get the shot too early in an end, and the Valley didn't do that. They've saved it for the very last bowl where your opponent has no reply.
Opening night of the season. Nathan Lynch with a big conversion early on. That was needed.
As we see, again, Valley bring the mat up. Short to 3/4. Just past, but when the jack's on the tee, anything between the jack and the ditch is always a very useful bowl. Good opener by Greeny. Just a metre correction required.
Yeah, better shot. Good areas from Blake. There's another couple of debutants that there's so many. Troy, there's so many fresh faces here tonight for Deer Park. All established and quality players. Talking to Mark Casey during the week, the tricky part will be just to work out where they're going to go in terms of rink combinations. They've obviously backing themselves from the get-go, but imagine we'd see a few of these rinks sort of change as the season goes on. Harley McDonald is down from New South Wales, playing third to Case tonight. Dean Reaver, another one who's back from Scotland. Of course, you may have seen him previously in a Fitzroy Victoria shirt, working here at the club and playing third to Chris Ball on the far rink this evening.
You're dead right, Sammy, for especially all those selectors that are out there watching will understand in selection, it's not just about the ability of the players, it's the compatibility of the players, and picking rinks that gel and get along and support each other and get the best out of each other. And if you can do that, makes a big, big difference. And when you have an influx of new bowlers, whilst they're very talented, you've got to get those combinations right and just see who really gels well with who. Makes a big difference.
Svenigon this time, quicker. Is he
Little
collecting
piece
anything
of
on
his
the way through?
own. Yeah, piece of his own. Touch of the jack.
Yeah, got a little touch of both and holds the shot for now. Just having a look across a few of the other rinks. Chris Ball dropped a 3 and has won the last couple of ends to tie that one up. That's 4 apiece in the opening 5.
Breton Code's just going to get the wrong side of that bowl.
Yeah, didn't want to turn that. Misses in a good area.
Good weight. Might see a change of hands here. Forehand. Draw the shot. If you finish on what they call the professional side of the jack.
The professional side.
Professional side of the jack is not crossing the line, Sammy.
Must be the most amateur bowler of all time then.
Having said that, they're sticking to the backhand.
Mr. Sticks likes the backhand. Getting a little touch of the jack as a bonus. Couple to work off if he plays the right speed. He's probably over here.
He might get the jack though, Sammy.
How far does he get it?
It's pretty handy.
Yeah, you can see sort of. Well, he's not really clapping that. Probably a little bit of fortunate, if he flicks it the other side, Troy almost gives the shot away.
Yeah.
A fraction more pace than he would have wanted, but sticks with the James Federico bowl to the way of the valley. I think Kevy's lining up to play a bit of pace here.
Yeah, he doesn't muck around.
Quick, but fairly controlled. Chance. Gets
one out.
One out. What was the other bowl? Yeah,
gives them...
Cody's back bowl went as well. So Valley have...
one, but only one in the head.
Yeah, that's it. Couple passed, but the way the jack's situated, I don't know if that's going to come into play. Still, never know. See if Brad can just... Probably wants to play a fraction less speed to...
Yeah. At either side of this front Chris Green bowl, split the two would be perfect. Needs to run.
Angus McIsaac, good evening to you, great man. A few wow moments already in this one. Through to the last end from Mr. Lynch. All right, what are they looking at? So Kevy's still with one to play here.
You know what I'm tipping tonight, Sammy, is a few dead ends. There's a few big hitters in this rink.
I'll say no dead ends the whole match.
What are we having on it?
I'm not sure.
Sausage roll.
Okay. Good, nice control weight here. Hopefully it doesn't... I'll tell you what.
Wouldn't it be
What's he
fun
got?
if he killed at the first end?
Stay in.
They just stayed in, but the bowl has gone in the ditch.
Yeah, it did. That's Fedder's toucher that he played with the second bowl. So they've now got a toucher in the pit.
Our paddler, Peter Barnett, indicating one to the valley. No, two to the valley.
A couple. You can see
two
Blake's.
To the valley, yeah.
So the second one is actually Blake's, as you see it on the screen, just next to the rink number 9 there.
Yep.
That's the second shot.
So not a very unlucky result there by Kevy.
Not sure if we're going to be able to get an angle of this behind the head. Oh, sorry. Yes, we are. Cameraman Josh. Well done.
He should stop. He should stop. 3 shots from a drive last end.
Yeah,
to a delicate draw
pretty impressive.
Near the ditch. He's pretty keen tonight, I reckon.
SCHRANER 3 down. Oh, we're never going to see it. Who's away? Cody. I think he's just pulling up anyway.
He's cut cut it to 2, I would think.
Yeah, he cuts Blake's back one out, so back to 2. The second shot, you can just see the yellow bowl in the ditch there. That's James Federico's toucher from the start of the end, so holding a couple. Both skips still with one to play.
Does Lynchy look to touch this jack now and take Leroy's shot away from him? He's holding 2. He's got the toucher in the ditch. Try and touch that jack and take it away.
In the area again. Played this really good.
He's drawn another.
Man, that looked very easy. Falls over. I think he backs himself just to play an extra yard here and arrive on the shot bowl, doesn't he?
It just fattens that. Just looks easier for Lee now, even though it makes him 3 down.
A little more than less speed gives him more of a chance. Oh, I'm not sure about the line.
He might get his own bowl through, though. Which he does. Might have cut it to 2.
Wow, does it even cut it back to 1?
He may do. 1. Kevy indicates 1. Measure comes out.
That was what we just mentioned, wasn't it? Play a fraction more weight the way the target's set up, and in doing so held and turned it all the way in for what we think is... Kevy Anderson's a pretty good judge. In fact, where's Kevy gone? Oh, he's still there. I thought he already disappeared down the other end.
No, I don't think he's that rude. 1.
Yeah, so it cuts a few out in the end. Back-to-back ends for the first time tonight in the live stream rink. 6-3 the way of Nathan Lynch's side. Just having a look across the board. Another end the way of Mark Casey. So 12-1 through 5. Matty O's hit the lead on the rink next door. 8's Matty Bouse. That's well, 5 singles to open the game.
Very observant there, Sammy.
Yeah, look, I didn't have anything else to go with, so just stated the obvious and move on.
Good use of your primary school maths.
Well, have you been watching the game? Because I certainly haven't.
No, I can't keep my eyes off the game right here in front of us. There's too much action going on. But I'm just impressed with your use of your primary school maths to get that one.
Let it go.
Just probably 2.5 feet short there, Greenie. Probably the loosest end from the leads so far. Nothing really exciting happened yet.
Yeah, so just about a quarter of the way through. The first sort of quarter always seems to sort of fly past, and then the game sort of just settles down for the next sort of 15 or 20 ends, and it becomes a real sort of grind from here on in after...
Federico, this is what we've seen the last few ends. He's really backed his leader up really well.
It's always hard when he's sitting here with the headset on. It feels like we're used to a big atmosphere, a lot of noise from both these teams. It hasn't quite peaked just yet, has it?
No, definitely not. There's plenty of little tweaks that can happen in this game. Most sides in a match will go through peaks and troughs.
Alrighty, expert. Pete Summers wants to know what bowls are the green and white ones. Well, there's a few green ones out here, but I'm assuming he's talking about Kevy Anderson's.
Kevy Anderson. They are a Taylor.
You know.
Not certain on the model. I'm going to take a stab at SRV. But they are a Taylor.
I think you might be on the money. Yeah, so sort of both the front ends with the exception of James Fedder's second bowl. He draws a toucher again. Nothing really in the area. Bit of a loose one. Chance for either team to jump on here. 21-15. I know the value are down, but it's I'm not going to say it's a good start because obviously they'd rather be ahead, but in the game after 22 ends, away from home, season opener after what happened last year in the grand final.
And they're actually in front on 3 rinks. Whilst it's 1-1 and 1, they're still 1-1 and 3. They're still in front on 3 rinks, so they'd certainly be happy with that. There's always 2 ways to look at a scenario, and if you look at it positively, it gives yourself a better chance going forward. So that's an important thing to consider as Brad Gibson draws another shot.
Recently retired Jack Thompson in the comments supporting the Valley tonight.
Going a bit Kevy.
Yeah, you see the idea, trying to land, almost get back to the yellow and flick both out. Twisties. What's he done on the rink next door, Troy? He's picked up a 4.
Just as we said, as you noted, the 1 and end, he thought, well, we can't have that continue.
He must have heard. Sticks, how's he gone again?
He's gone well.
Too much room for a player of his quality.
Yep.
There's a 3rd.
Does it see a change of hand?
Is it arriving on the shot bowl on the backhand? You might be onto something here.
Don't want too much weight because they haven't got anything close. And given that that's the tighter side, I don't think that bowl of Cody's really in the way. But they're looking at bigger weight.
Something big up the front, possibly. Yeah, we know he's capable. The last end was probably swinging weight, wasn't it, for Kevin? Seen him go bigger than that before.
Yeah, sometimes, you play to the strengths of the players in your rink. And it's certainly a strength of Kevy's. Great to see our illustrious leader, BV Pat Schramm, president, is tuning in from the beautiful Echuca. Great to have you on board, Pat.
All right, long discussion over this one. Front bowl sticks is a good sort of foot short of where the shot pole is, so it'd have to get it pretty square to get it through the shot pole on the jack.
He's playing backhands. Just electing for the more conservative weight here at this stage, which I think is a smart move. Don't think he's quite wide enough.
No, I don't know if he had the... Did he have the pace?
Well, he certainly would have cut the front one out. Which you don't always have to get the shot. If you can put a bowl in the head, or if you can make the shot for the next person easier, then it's an effective bowl. But unfortunately, it's not really made it any easier for Leroy.
Yeah, so still a couple, and yeah, winds the target fractionally, but I'm sure what Leroy's going to come up with. I think Nath's just trying to draw another one. Thought he was quick out of the hand by the reaction, but he doesn't look terrible.
He's just more wide than quick.
Yeah, jack high weight.
Oh, fell out.
Is he going big on the backhand?
I would say so. Yeah. Doesn't like it. Just hangs there.
It takes a back one out. That was Blake's bowl.
I think Blake's still got the back bowl with his other one, though.
Nate's just asking the boys down the other end if the jack stays in, is it worth covering anywhere? They say no. Fix up your line and draw another.
Killed end on the far rink. Dean Reaver. Was that for the sausage roll on that rink, or was it just this rink, Sammy?
No, just this rink.
Just thinking, I knew that. I just thought I'd see if I could get one over you.
Jeez, he's done well.
He has.
4, we saw a couple ends ago in this direction. Nathan Lynch with a big conversion. The overall just tightened up. Moonee Valley have won the last, end 6 across all the rinks they've won. There's the
it was 21-12, wasn't it?
Impact on the overall.
21-20, and if they hold this, they actually take the lead. This is a big bowl. Early on in this match, this is a big bowl. I think he's going bigger.
SCHRANER 4 down with a weight. Backhand runner.
We need a good result off that. And he did. Puts the hand up in apology, but doesn't change it. In fact, he got the shot. I thought he got second shot out of it, but he actually got the shot.
Way and James's bowl fell out. That's what changed it.
Cruel game.
Cruel game. 4 down to 1 up. We'll take that and run. And when it looked like Valley were going to hit the front and sneak a few ahead.
Not to be.
To beat. 6-4 after 7 on the stream read. 22-20 overall, 25 ends played.
As Twisties draws the shot on the rink next door.
Very good. And of everything that's going on, I haven't even looked to see VBL3 play the series. Matty Bouse even play a bowl yet on the rink next door. That's how action-packed the opening quarter of this one has been.
This is a better opener here by Blake Andrews. Very good. Oh, geez, the rink next door's killed it. I've gone the wrong rink for this sausage roll. I could have.
Hey, you agreed to it. Guess what? We're flying through after in 7 as well.
Could have had a whole bakery the way it's gone.
Thank you. Graham Spencer was in the comments earlier. Good thanks. Can play the boy Twisties. This is true.
Yarra Glen President there tuning in. We've had BV President, Yarra Glen President. Is that kind of same level? No. No, I think Pat can claim seniority there. So we've seen James Federico backing up his leader when he's missed. Now it's Breton Code's turn to back up Chris Green. And he's done it. Good second shot. A couple of feet past, but a good second shot, one to work with. And we got Twisty's mum tuning in. Good to see you on the stream, Annie. Added another. Josh Sanders from Lilydale tuning in. Good to see you on board, Joshy. Don't think he's quite sent this one. Good correction in line by Feder. Draws another. Puts Kevy under pressure. I'd have to say most consistent on the rink at the moment is Federer. Feder, not Federer. You can't quite see this. Leroy's quite in the way, but he's played a ripper. And he's fallen directly in behind the jack. What a shot.
Where is the jack? Oh, Kevin's decided to draw one. That's good.
Yes, he
Helping
was
Deer Park's efforts.
3 down before he drew that. Casey got the mat back over there, but I didn't quite see. Looks like it was a 2. Yep, you're all over it, Sam.
Not my first Friday night live stream. How's he gone? How's he
What
gone?
an effort. What a great effort. Great second shot.
Another second. It's hard to get at the shot bowl.
It's hard to peel it off. But
right in the middle of Kevy's bowl there, just about resting on it.
And a little bit of traffic in the way too. Doesn't make it easy.
Yeah.
Just under, but gets him another bowl in the head.
Look at the weight control, Troy. It's
beautiful
pretty
weight.
Impressive. Plenty of comments coming through this evening. Joshy Sanders, good evening to you, sir.
Just left of the touch wide.
Yeah, right at edge. Tried to play a fraction more to try and pop something open. Just on the wider side.
Leroy looking to add another, but doesn't want to touch that jack because it could spring quite easily. If he's under that, put another brick in the wall. Does Lynchy look for it up the centre? Yeah, he's going big. If he could just cut the fine piece.
Weighted shot earlier in the game. This time it's on the forehand side. Just needs to move a little bit.
Oh, as we saw a little bit of luck last end, we see a little bit of luck this end.
You don't believe in karma, you do now. Couple.
One and a measure, I think he's saying. Not quite as cruel because it was last end. It was 4 up to 1 down. So it's like, can you get half a karma?
Calm. Ah. I don't know.
I don't know where you're going.
I
there.
don't know. It's meant to be half a calm, and then I got more than halfway. SCHRANER is underneath
Under the
for
line.
both. But Troy might have been calmer after all. Is there now a shot for Lynchy to make a few more after that fortunate result with the last one?
Yes, he'd have to play. He'd have to play a good one. Touch a bare jack. But if he got it to the right spot, he could make 4. He would be the shot of the match if he got it.
Doesn't have to go far.
No, it only needs to go a foot. It's just not moving. Just hangs on that hand.
That held such a long way. I thought that was underneath for the line, to be honest, out the hand.
Looks like he was actually going for the bowl, Sammy, not the jack.
Yeah, no, definitely the bowl was the play.
Yeah.
He turned Kevy's a couple of rolls, brought the others in.
Yeah, I looked at one of them wrong. I thought it was a Deer Park bowl, but it was a Moonee Valley bowl, that purple and white one. So yeah, it was worth a number with sitting that bowl.
Oh, that for one. So, a couple of fortunate results for both sides here. And through 8 ends, it's 7-4. Opening Friday night game, the opening game of the 24-25 season. Of course, the grand final rematch. They played each other 4 times last season, Troy. 4
3-1 to the Valley.
thrilling contests, correct.
But
Deer
not,
Park, of course,
but
got
I'm
the one
sure
that mattered most.
Deer Park would
Yep.
be pretty happy.
was the most comments I've ever seen on a BV live stream tonight.
What does that tell you, Sam?
Plenty of people joining in, giving us some good content. We got the Nemeth boys sitting up behind the rink there. You might have seen them in the background already. Of course, Lukey Nemeth is the nominated driver tonight. Who else is down there? Plenty of support for both sides. Seen Sarah Roger in the crowd earlier on. Great night here at the Deer Park Club for round 1 of season 24-25.
Good opener.
Twisty's getting a real run on. That is Matty O'Brien on the rink next door. Troy's picked up another couple there, so it's a 9-2 lead. So just almost cancelling out the score on the rink next door. And Mark Casey has picked up a 5 and a 4 earlier on in the evening.
As we see, just a little bit of an attacking draw there by Chris. Sitting the shot bowl. Finished in a very good spot in front of the jack. Blake just slightly overplaying that one. It's interesting that hand that was holding. You just go under the line and it does cut away. Seems to be a little more consistent on that other side, the forehand side. In the way we're going here, seems to be the more consistent side. That's the side that James Federico has been nailing end after end, putting bowls in the head consistently end after end.
Just seen on Facebook the Victoria Bowling Club, of course, big supporters, and Brett & Co's former club, of the game on the big screen tonight. Making a big night of it at the club. Shout out to all those down there watching. Of course, his old man Kevin's here in the crowd tonight.
$24 all. What a cracking opener we've got here for the season. Exactly what we wanted. Look at this, Federer. I keep calling him Federer. He'd probably be happy with that, but just very, very consistent in the bowls that he's playing. Doing the job that the second needs to do, which is just pack bowls in the head when you got back ends like these teams have. The front end packs bowls in the head. It's happy days for everyone coming behind them. Not a bad attempt there, Cody. Little touch. What a shot. What a cracking shot. Little touch. So important when you play bowls like that to play it with good weight. What a shot. Missing a good area, but also when you do get it, it goes to exactly where you want it to go. This is not a bad reply from Kev. He's got two bowls waiting there. Oh, it's just gone a little too far. Moonee Valley still holding shot there. I've only really got one in the head here, Valley, but it's not easy to get out, but you just never know. So Sticks will be looking to put another bowl in the head. Especially if he can get flat on the jack. He likes it. He likes it for a very good reason. Two absolute pearlers there. Combining very well at this early stage, the Valley boys, as they always do. We talked camaraderie earlier in the match, and there's no side in the comp with better camaraderie than the Valley. Great group of mates that love playing bowls together. Big weight from Kev. It's their own out, but no damage. They had a couple of thirds. Just gives Lynchy a slightly more room. Pace of the green rod started close to the 14 seconds. May have just slowed down a bit here as the sun's gone down. Might have dropped to 13 or low 13s. It's not quite as much finish as it had half an hour or an hour ago. What's he done there? Just the one. Just a touch over. Just didn't have enough left in the head to run again. Just the one there to the Valley. Couple of feet, yard short. Oh, and we got Twisty's dad watching as well, Obi.
Thoughts?
Sammy's just
I found some new accessories.
With some sunnies, very bright sunnies.
Well, the lights are in full effect here, so I just want to,
Given that it's dark, perhaps they're and cold, perhaps they're snow glasses.
It's pretty fresh. How did we go with the scoreboard while I was away? I asked Kevy what happened. He said it was a 1. And
it was a 1 to the Valley.
And Kevy said, as per, the thirds were the star of the show.
They were. They were. Fedder's worst bowl of the game. He's been very consistent.
Pace of the green started off around 13 seconds, Rod. I don't know if it's got any quicker in the last half an hour or so, has it,
No,
Troy?
we discussed that as you were gone, Sammy.
Sorry. You got to tell me these things. Give it a like so I know.
He thinks all I can do is watch the bowls and
we'll
make comments.
give them a like, that way I know.
Important bowl here from Federer again. He's been under a little bit of pressure in this game. Just overplayed that one. Easy to overcorrect. Craig Mills tuning in. The undefeated skipper in the Nationals for Victoria. What a fantastic effort that was.
Back down for Yarraville Footscray tomorrow. They play against Altona in Battle of the West. Should be a good game, that one. Yarraville Footscray, second last season 23-24, but
recruited well.
We're in winning positions in a number of those games, including one out here at Deer Park.
Four down here. Plenty of bowls to sit on. Nothing in the way. Well, he drew his last one. You'd back him. You would back him. He's got... I think he's done it. He's done it.
Huge pickup in the Rink 11. Moonee Valley have won their third end of the game. They're 9 ends in, but they pick up a 4, which all of a sudden the overall just sort of turns on its head slightly.
Yeah, it was 9 shots Deer Park, and now it's 6 shots Moonee Valley. I don't think you're quite going to get down, Kev. You're going to run into a little bit of trouble. Beautiful weight. He just wanted to touch that jack. He would have made 5. Sticks needs a yard. He needs to get past the jack, cover those 4 bowls. If he counts, fantastic. If he doesn't, and he's in that pack, be very happy. He's played this extremely well. Wants to miss his own though. He's blocked the path to the jack. Whilst he hasn't covered those 4 bowls, he's blocked the open path to the jack.
The guy is a genius. Seen it many times before. Very consistent operator is Bradley Gibson.
As I was saying when you were gone, Sammy, certainly this rink and across the valley team anyway, they back each other up so well. So this was the first end that Sticks has been under the pump, and he draws 2 shots. He's just underplayed. He's just opened the backhand up a little bit.
Alrighty, and all of a sudden there's a little bit of room. Lynch, you'd love to get to the pack more than anything, though.
Needs to hurry.
Well, he's not getting to the pack, but
Drawing
he's
another.
getting there. And is he getting down to make sure there's no target? Probably. SCHRANER's got the Deer Park beanie on.
Yeah, well, he's probably acclimatised to New South Wales,
Smart.
which is slightly warmer than here.
Easily smart play. So he's at 3 down. He's got 2 bowls to do something about it. There's Leroy. Is this going to move enough to reduce the count?
He's going to get 1 out, I think. Oh, he got one in.
He got one in and flicked it behind the jack.
He's made it harder for himself.
Where does he go? Same bowl here for Nath, or he's got plenty of room to throw another one in?
I don't see why you would change. He's played a good one.
SCHRANER last bowl of the end. Wait to see what happens here first.
If he can still cover and count would be great, but it's harder for that jack to get back there now.
Huge, huge number on the rink next door for Deer Park. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Oh, it's worked out well for him.
Yeah,
that's four.
A little bit fortunate to sneak into the count, was under the line. He'll take it though, so with the number that's happening next door, it could be as many as 6 or 7 on the rink next door.
Worked out well for him.
So
it
is
four.
vital.
Snorkel has got the measure out.
Yeah, Moonee Valley would love to hold on to this number just to cancel that out.
6 to Matty Bouse, our, as you said earlier, VBL MVP. There's a couple of acronyms for you.
Here we go. SCHRANER 4 down, scores all of a sudden a level. Wow,
forced
he's
to
just trying to draw
draw.
it. Well, he's over the draw. He's trying to squash the jack.
Shame our players are in the way.
He's trying to squash the jack.
Oh, he's cut it down. Has he cut it to 1?
Yeah, I think he has. He's played another good one to cut a few out. So again, Valley's hold on to the shots.
Makes that 6 that they got worth that tiny bit more too, doesn't it? Instead of getting a 6 and dropping a 4 and you only plus 2, now they're plus 4 or 5 depending on the result of this measure. Just the 1. So cut 3 out.
Oh, hang on, watch this. 910 cents.
What have you done?
Sorry. For a moment, we'd been here for a very long time indeed. Jeez, you needy.
Getting a
Anything else you'd like?
hot chocolate. I'd like a dead end so I can get a sausage roll too, Sam.
Oh, right, yeah, that's the opposition team asking if you'd like anything.
Opposition to who?
Hey,
We're neutral.
Oh, sorry. No, I mean the away side is what I meant, not the opposition.
They're friendly.
I have the stream
thoughtful.
I have the stream on the iPad, but can't get it to the TV. Don't know, Pat. Are you watching through YouTube? That would be the easiest way to hook it up, I believe. Troy,
if you have a smart
things.
TV, well, you're younger than me. You're
That's not how it works.
technologically savvy than I am.
Nope. Far from it.
Yeah, I would say if you got a smart TV, get onto YouTube, Bowls Victoria Facebook, Bowls Victoria YouTube page. Probably can't get the Bowls Victoria Facebook
Get onto
page
YouTube and then go to BV Facebook. If you manage that, Pat, let me know because that's a good effort.
I told you, you've got me covered in the technological area. Ooh, he wanted a flick off his own. Would have been lucky, but that's what he was.
Yeah, speaking of watching on YouTube, it's the way to go now, I reckon, Troy. It's just easy to hook it up to the telly at home or pop it on the big screen at the club like a few are tonight. It's close to about 3 times the amount of viewers on YouTube this evening than there is Facebook. But what we don't get on YouTube, we get on Facebook. It's the interaction with the comments. Craig McCarran let us know he's eligible for the over 60s carnival. A few of them have got you well and truly covered, Tub. Evening to you, Mark Osborne, as well. So we approach the halfway mark. And 11, there's still a little bit of room for the shot to be drawn. Kevy told us that the thirds have been the start of the show so far.
I think he was talking about the end that you missed.
Yeah, but, you know, they've both been pretty good.
Yeah, still got Feder just in front at the moment. But Sticks has played a few good ones in the last two ends in particular. He's had four. His last four bowls have all been game changers or end changers. Can he play 5 in a row?
Played this okay. Did he stop in time?
Not quite. I'd still say that yellow bowler Fedders is shot.
Michael Sims is Rink doing everything they can to keep the Valley momentum rolling. They're back to just 14-9. Last 3 ends in a row. Last 7 shots of the Rink.
Not quite going to get back. Drop a foot, he'd be pretty happy here. Oh, he didn't want to turn that one.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any easier at all, does it?
Definitely down now. Good track, just running a little.
Yeah, so sort of covers up the jack a little bit on the forehand. Can probably still get down to it, or is it backhand turning the bowl through the jack? That's probably a bit of a raffle then. They've only really got one past it, don't they?
I think
Valley.
it's
the rest
forehand.
of the back of the rink is owned by Deer Park.
Yeah, forehand. If you do touch the jack, you've got your own bowl waiting. If he holds, he's got the bowl clean. What a great shot.
Now it's only round 1, but Nathan Lynch has played some huge
If he
bowls
holds,
in the
he's got the
first
bowl
half of this
clean.
game.
What a great shot.
Including that one, turns the bowl, no contact, and falls back down for 1.
As we were talking about, they've all been backing each other up. We just had a question about live scoring in Prem B. Prem Reserve. Oh, we'll come back to that though. Leroy just missing. Question Prem Reserve, why can't we see the live score? There is a game, Whittlesea and Dandy Club, and they are live scoring at the moment. The rest of the game's not in action. But looking at results,
Alrighty, so SCHRANER finds a gap, pretty unlucky, and still 1. Lynchy's happy with the way that's set up. He's going to go and just about gets the best back and gives them another one past the head, which they needed. How many is it, Troy? Is it more than 1? Definitely more than 1.
that purple.
Yeah, it could be as many as 3 or 4 here.
Yeah. See if we can get an indication from our paddler. No, can't get indication there. I think there might be 3 though, which is probably why I got a little excited.
Closer this time. Has to be. Has to be.
It's got the
Oh, what that's turned.
Wow. What is it? 1, 2.
Well, I thought he was almost right for the jack down the line and moved all the way across.
Two out, measuring for the
Kevy,
rest.
yeah, Kevy's conceded 2 already. He's going to have a look at the others. The Valleys have threatened to pick up a couple numbers during the game. They haven't been able to hold on to them, but they do this time, we think. Well, maybe it's only a couple.
This one, can he stretch this one in?
Trying ever so hard.
2, is it? 2.
Only a couple. They'll take that though. And 4 ends in a row. Away for the Lynch Rink. Tick over the halfway mark now. It's the Rink doing the damage now on the stream. 11-4. 37-32 on the big board. He approached the halfway mark. Matty Bouse, as you said, Troy, 1, a 6, and now has picked up a 2 to hit the front. A big turnaround, and it's needed because all of a sudden the Valleys were sneaking away otherwise. Just 3 behind.
It's a cracking match.
No, I was just trying to help you out to put you on mute while you, just refresh yourself. Second half of the game.
Yes, I have had a nice warm hot chocolate arrive.
Quick question for you, because you're in charge here and you are the boss. A few questions or a few comments. Someone make sure Kevy Anderson's not driving home tonight. And a few realising he's been picked to play for Moama tomorrow. How's that all come about? How's that working? How's he able to do both?
So we have got some new rule changes. One to do with pennant permits. So a player can play in more than one playing area. So if we take Kevin Anderson, for example, represents Moama, normally in Pennant, plays in the Bendigo-Campaspe Bendigo-Campaspe Premier Division, which is selected to play tomorrow. And he can also play in this playing area, the Metropolitan playing area, if those 2 matches are being played on a different day. So Deer Park being played today on a Friday, he can then go back and play for Moama in a different playing area, tomorrow being Saturday. Lots of players out here doing a similar thing. We've got a couple for Moonee Valley in Luke Hoskin and Brad Holland. Is there any more out here, Sammy, on the permits? Not off the top of my head, but there's a couple that may be playing for a country
no others.
Side tomorrow.
What a live stream game certainly is. What a game. What a shot, Breton Code. Probably a fraction fortunate to get all the way back up to the jack. Turns 3 down into 1 up. Braden Ellis will be in action for Broadford tomorrow. Under the new permit rules. This one just ducking away. Gives them one all the way past though.
Hopefully that's answered the question and we'll go back to our action here.
Yeah, 5-10 the way of Dylan Fisher on the far rink. It's one that Dylan's got a solid rink behind him. He's just come off playing a state series with, or a sides championship, should I say, with Brad Holland playing third in his rink.
I watched a bit of that stream game they played whilst they lost the rink. A very high standard game.
They played well. Yep, Lynchy, of course, playing for Romsey as well. Did last week. I think he's playing there again tomorrow.
Not bad weight to sit that Brenton Code bowl. Just a touch wide.
Sorry we missed that. Nick and Joshy on here to get the camera behind the rink, but the vision was well and truly blocked, so you wouldn't have seen anything anyway. Tommy Hicks and Chris Ball are playing for Highton tomorrow down in the Geelong region. They kick off their Premier League. Dylan Fisher. That's the Rink going to keep an eye on Troy. I think Chris Ball and his crew need to stay in touch there.
Just a slight adjustment of line required here from Sticks. Looks closer. He looks closer, Sammy, and he's got it without the jack. 3 shots, maybe 4.
It's a good shot. Gives a little bit of a, there's enough for Kevin to play at here. Be positive. I don't think he likes it out of the hand.
No, he's flicked it out a bit wide.
Gets onto this. No. Oh, Brad Gibson, play on the rink, isn't he, at the moment?
Last 4 ends, he's been electric.
I'm down to 3 up. How does he look to change it up? Because it's still pretty inviting for Leroy to play into on the back end.
Yeah, if he can just tuck that jack, but he doesn't want to overplay it. No, he's electing to play the forehand. Turn either of those front bowls if he's around it and matches that bowl of Bretton Code, but he hasn't quite sent this one. Right idea in line. I'd be backing Leroy to get this with his first. No, he sent it out too wide as well.
Yeah, and up the same area as Kev. He sort of played dead draw speed.
Draw weight, yeah.
Yep.
Just Lynch's bowl kind of blocks his own, but he can go round it. He was a little annoyed with his first because he did want to try and cover that trail.
Definitely quicker. Needed to be.
It's not going to get back though.
Just over-corrected. The shot remains there for Leroy. He's going to make it. He's 3 down.
Big bowl in the context of this game. It's been a few of them and this is another one. He's got more weight on this. He's played it with more purpose. They're not getting excited though.
Played a tighter line and more weight and ripped away, and
it's another big end.
Is it all a 3? I believe it is.
See what our paddler tells us. Not much. Alex Skilton draws a touch of 2 rinks over. They got a bit excited about that. We're getting a scoreboard update here. That'll tell us how many it was. There was 5, Sammy. What a huge end. 16-4 on this rink. This is the difference at the moment.
Yeah, it is, but
Then you got Casey at 20-9. There's only one close game at the moment,
well,
isn't there?
Yeah, but Bowsey's Rink has just gone 1, 6, 2, and a 5, and the overall remains in 2. We're heading for a pretty high-scoring game here, Troy.
Yeah, we're just on nearly an average of 2 shots an end.
Love that, the ring next door. You can just see it out the top of your screen there. Tommy Hicks has rolled the jack and started the end off and played his first bowl. Valleys have just huddled around in the middle of the rink. They've dropped the last 4 ends and 14 shots across those 4 ends. It's well played, gives them one pass on the centre of the rink. Yeah, they've done pretty well, the Valley front end there. I don't know if they've held shot on that many occasions sort of after the first 4 bowls, but it just feels like they've been in slightly better areas, and then Stixie or Lynch has come down and played the conversion shots more often than not. Just seem to have more bowls in the area. It's going to happen again here as this one runs away.
They're just back.
Yeah, one down, but a couple seconds, and it's a good positive setup for Stixie to play out here.
Yeah, they're just backing each other up. We've said it before, but they're backing each other up end after end. If Feder doesn't get it, Stix gets it and gives Lynchy good heads to play to. Which is a skip. You don't mind if you're down on the crossover, but if you've got a good head to play to, you're pretty happy.
He's just overplayed this ever so fractionally. Yeah, probably a tad quick. It was more just a positive draw, and that touch was a bonus. All right, Kevy, important to get another one in the head here. They are holding one, Deer Park. They are flying through here. Already halfway through.
He has, but he's just stiff to sit it. If he gets around that bowl, it's a lot harder, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Stixie can land either of the bowls, and it's only just one in the head again.
He's played this better.
This is real good.
Or has he got the hole?
Oh.
He's got the hole. He's got both bowls and the hole. He's got all 3 things. Hard to do that.
He's just under for both. It's not going to impact anything. He gives Mr. Lynch a
clear path.
Yeah, clear path and a good look at it, despite being definitely one, maybe 2 down. Yeah, good comment. Has Brayden Ellis got the guns out tonight, or is it a bit cold? Yeah, big different conditions to the grand final at Dandenong Club.
Oh, it'd only be
season
30 degrees less.
Oh, only.
Yeah,
probably more.
What have you done, Lynchy?
Sells
He's close.
What
he's
contact?
He's got the
gap.
Jack.
Did
he's
he flick it sideways enough for one?
I think he has.
Yeah, he has. Kevy's indicating one down.
That front purple bowl of Blake's. Don't think he's quite sent it.
Is he? I sort of missed the call there from Six. Is it change over of hand, or is he trying to touch the jack?
Yeah, I was looking elsewhere, I must admit.
I think if he touches it again, he brings a few more into play, doesn't he?
Well, he's got his bowl passed, and then I think it might be Blake's behind his.
Yeah, it is Blake's. I thought it was Kevy's. It's Blake's, obviously sitting
and you got
behind
Stixie's, so he could make 5 here if he touched the jack.
Don't think he's getting to the jack.
He doesn't want. If he gets the inside of that bowl, though, he got a solid.
Falls down. Yeah, he fell down, makes it close. Showing up forehand. This has to be close, doesn't it? Or does he not have the weight?
He hasn't got the weight.
Still sneaking up, it falls
Second
back.
shot. I think it's still one to the valley.
Yep, second shot. He'll have to settle for. Look at the run of ends, Troy. It's opening up on this rink despite the overall.
It sure is.
It's the hardest part for this rink for the Valley, despite, they feel like they're on top, and, well, they are on top. They're dominating the game. They're dominating the heads, but...
There was a question, Sammy, earlier about north-south play versus east-west. There's no actual rule that states you have to play north-south.
I had a question about this last weekend as well.
Yeah, generally it's the done thing, mainly because of the sun, and we don't play... Not dumb, that was done.
Yeah, no, I got that, yep.
They don't play into the sun, but there are clubs and reasons why sometimes you might play east-west, and as I say, there's nothing in the rules that don't allow it, as Blake Andrews draws a front resting toucher.
Yeah, I don't reckon Blake played a game in the top side last season. I could be wrong, because he's more than capable. Been pretty solid back in the side tonight.
He's worked his way into the game. He's certainly looking more comfortable now. Hasn't got enough, but if he gets on the line, it's got some value at this moment in the end.
Played 5 games last season for them, so that was definitely a part of the success they had in their first season up from Division 1. Keith just asking if we can get the skips to slow down on this rink so it's last to finish. Well,
just wait, Keith.
I agree, but I tell you what, some of the highlights of the season last time were, well, there's one that stands out in the mind. That was the very far rink that we were able to catch some of the action. So,
and just stand by, Keith. There is going to be a dead end in this game, so that'll slow them down a little bit. Probably not this end with the front ones there, but there will be one.
Flag prediction, Sammy. Tell you what, Benjamin, it's very open. These two look the sides to beat on paper.
It depends.
We know in the format, you make the 4, you give yourself every chance.
It also depends, Ben, if you ask him on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Because he's picked, so far this week, he's picked a different one every day. So now at Friday, who's your tip, Sam?
Well, I've tipped Moonee Valley tonight in a late change, and we might just stick with that, I reckon.
Yeah, well, that's new. So we've had a different one every day.
So open, Troy. Every club has the 3 marquee players down, a few permits as we've discussed.
How good's
the quality of the competition gets stronger and stronger every year.
Yeah, how good's the comp that anyone can beat anyone on any day, and it just wouldn't surprise you. They're interested in this one if he gets past his front one. Oh, he got a couple of little slides, but if he missed that, he was good, so he's played it well.
If he missed that, he was good. Straightener was okay. Played the right speed for the shot that was required, so gets some second shot and gives them a little bit of look at it.
That's right. And talking about making it easier for the person coming behind you, Kevy's got a great shot to play there to turn through Cody's bowl, turn the Blake bowl out of the head to make 2. So Stix has got to try and see if he can get one in there first. Touch on the yellow just underneath, touch the jack. got to be not afraid to give the shot away. What a shot. He's in some good form the last 6 ends. He's a little stiff to sit at jack high, but still, he's put it there.
He's a player on the rink by far, Detroit. This is good stuff. Tommy Ross, I can confirm, is rather fresh out here right about now. Jimmy Oliver.
Having said that, Sammy, there's more people watching now than there was when the sun was out. So it's a good sign. The only thing there also is more of is rugs.
Kevy just battling to find the line on the
both
arriving shot.
Kevy and Lee just battling to find that line. I'd argue that the Valley boys have played better line in this game. Found their line when they need to sit a bowl.
Yeah, I mean,
they've been more accurate.
You can see at home it looks tricky at times. There's a couple out the hand that haven't looked too dissimilar to a few of the ones that sort of Valley guys have thrown down. They've done a few different things just depending on the weight that's being played. Always crucial. Well, this one won't hold on. Probably brave.
If he bounces off that, he's going to get in the way. Oh, no, he's not. Plenty for Kevy to play off here.
Kevy's got to play more here.
He's got to play more. 6, 8, 10 feet of weight. Search up. So many options.
What's he done, Kev? Gets the front one out. Plenty of support for Mr. Sims, a couple rinks over. Plays a good one. Dylan's rink on the far end again. Troy just skips out. Another 3. They've been able to keep the scoreboard ticking over. 16-7. Over Chris Ball. Valleys are just doing a good job here of ticking the scoreboard over.
You did say earlier it was a high-scoring match. We're now at more than an average of 2 shots an end, which is high-scoring. It is the way these guys play.
You didn't know that was there, did you?
No, Sammy just pointed something out that tells me the average per end, but what he doesn't know is that I used to teach maths,
Here we
and
go.
I can do that without reading that.
Lee SCHRANER. Again, a few down here, searching forehand. This has to be
Edge of the
close.
yellow,
It has
onto
to be
the
close.
orange. Oh, he's got the orange onto the jack, and he's still 1 down.
Well, it's okay. It
Better than 2.
cuts one out. Is there a chance for Lynch to play something? There's only 1 ball on the head for Deer Park. Philip Moonee, you've tuned in at the right time, son. Just 35 ends to go. The grand final rematch. Valleys are on top and doing a good job.
Living up to the hype.
Could be another score coming, especially if Nathan Lynch can get a little touch on the jack or even sit the bowl out. Which way is he going about it?
Backhand.
Trying to touch the jack down the line. I don't know, does he have to wait to touch the jack down the line?
He hasn't got enough even to draw it,
Yeah,
not quite.
correct.
I think they've only got 1 second, don't they? Which means it's not going to be playing big weight. I feel like 3rd shot is that orange one of sticks. These are the shots they just haven't been finding the right line on. They are having a discussion. The Valley has also got the back bowl. You can't see it on your screen because there's a few players standing in front of it. They've got the back bowl on one side of the rink, and Deer Park's got the back bowl on the other side of the rink. There's obviously something here because they're taking their time. Just got input as well from their second.
So they're worried about the forehand if he misses wide, turning it through the jack, and all of a sudden they end up more than one down.
Yeah, there's 3 bowls they're waiting for Valley in there.
It has to be forehand. It's just weight dependent. Enough just to land the bowl for a couple.
Or is he going bigger?
How's he gone? Brenton Currid out of the way, please. Brenton Currid out of the way, please.
He's only drawing, Sammy. He's not there. It's just slowing that even a little bit more. There's probably a little bit of dew coming out on the green.
Slightly cautious to overplay that and get the outside of the shot bowl through the jack.
Yeah.
Especially when the score's going the way it is and the game's going the way it is. Does that happen? Do you think like worst possible scenario when you start trying to
100%.
sort of overthink playing the shot?
Well,
or am I just chatting rubbish?
No. For once, you're not chatting rubbish.
Thank you.
I always look and consider what could go wrong more so than often what can go right. I look at what can go wrong first.
Yep.
Because it's important. Yes, okay, you can play a hero shot and be the hero, but what if you're the villain and you go from 1 down to 5 down? Doesn't look very good. The flip side of that is, how many ends is it in a row now, Sammy? That 6 ends in a row. It's really critical for the Deer Park team to get the mat and go long. Now, they got a little
7 while you're at it.
7. They got a little fortunate there that Moonee Valley rolled the jack into the ditch. So they got the free go at the ditch to ditch, but Chris Green didn't quite roll it long enough, which probably may indicate too that dew is starting to come up and the bowls are slowing down.
Round 1, first stream of the season. Moonee Valley, their biggest lead of the game. It's out to 8 shots, 56-48. Just over 30 ends to play on the big board in the right-hand corner. I think most still have Deer Park, the team to beat, but as we mentioned, 7 players making their debuts tonight. A lot of fresh faces, still plenty of talent, and still for most probably the team to beat.
But they'll still be looking around and trying to get their combinations right, as we spoke about at the start of the match. Welcome Lynn Baker tuning in from Yarra Glen. Husband Gordy recently made a life member of Eastern Rangers, which was pretty exciting to see. Great shot, Feder. They're really starting to control this game on this Rink the Valley. I'd argue they've probably won every position. Probably Chris Green had the chocolates in the leaders department early, but not of late. So they're just about winning every position. Hence why the scoreline is what it is, 18-4. Pretty good correction here by Cody if it hangs. Got a nice piece of that bowl, got the right side of it that he needed. A little fortunate, but got the right result. Another score to Dylan Fisher over on the far rink, but I couldn't quite see how many. We will update that when we can. Kevy given 2 options. Elects to play the backhand. There's plenty of feel and noise for the Valley boys here now. They've lifted a gear.
Well, the jack on the Sims rink has been moved a mile back, and Sims just sat the bowl out for a couple. Case has last bowl at the end. Keep an eye on that.
Did we see how many on the Fisher rink? Couple it was to Dylan. Sticks not quite getting down, or is he? Not quite.
They're Bernie here, the Valley. They are opening the reigning champions right up here. It's above 10 shots. 30 ends left. There's runs of momentum across the board here in 3 of the 4 rinks.
Be a bit of a turn up in the tipping for those that didn't make late changes to their tips, Sam.
Don't say, hey, everyone else had the opportunity to. I'm waiting for a message from JT. He won't be happy about that.
Is it getting down? He's not far away. Is he getting down? What a shot, Nathan Lynch.
He's a gun, mate. He is a gun.
And he knows it.
And he knows it, absolutely.
Is it getting down? He's not far away.
Battling. Is it turning?
Is he
it
getting
turning?
down?
Yep.
What a shot,
falls
Nathan.
on top of the jack. It's quality. Expect nothing less.
Leroy needs to play a similar type of shot.
Looking to follow it down.
I think he's close, Sam.
I think he needs to hold on longer.
I think he just didn't have the weight to get the ball.
I was going to say, if he held on to that one and falls back, he goes close.
I think his line was right. Just needed a yard. Can Lynchy add another?
Yeah, he gets to the bowl and gets a little touch of the jack down line is even more.
Sure would be.
I think he's going to with this line. It is trying hard.
He looks to. He's played the weight to get that, hasn't he?
Delicious weight. Yeah, it's just going to be just a draw shot here. On the forehand once again. Speed was okay the first time. It's 7 ends in a row the way of the Valley on this stream rink.
He's wider. Just, if he flicked the outside of that
roll.
turn.
The ball was on the wrong side to turn at 1.
That's 8 ends in a row. And the difference with that end is that Deer Park rolled the jack. So that's really big for Moonee Valley.
Bulky lost the jack actually, so that's a good pickup. Well done.
Thank you, sir. So what that does is it just puts that extra little bit of doubt in the Deer Park's mind, because their big thing was, we get this mat back, we go ditch to ditch, and we'll get on our length. Well, they got the mat back, but they didn't quite get the ditch to ditch that they wanted. It's a big psychological game, this one. This game that we all love to play.
I don't. Sorry.
And love to watch.
Sorry to any teammates of mine watching tonight. That's not good. Anyway.
Are you one of the skips there at Glenroy?
No. Not anymore.
Leading from the front?
Not after that.
Pretty good openers there. "14 shots, it's starting to get hard."
That's brave. That's very, very brave.
Try to make it 16, it's getting harder. They need something to just, you know...
Seen too many of these games, especially last season, and too much of this Deer Park side to know that literally nothing is impossible.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I've seen it all too.
This is a similar feel about it with the Yarraville Footscray game and after Christmas last year, where it felt like it's not an upset. I mean, they beat them 3 times last year, so it's definitely not an upset, but...
I feel like they need a number somewhere, though.
Is that to 16 shots?
Yeah. I feel like they need a number to spark the other rinks.
Fire up Ollie Morrison. Glenroy's new recruits in tomorrow from Tassie. There's been a few Tassies in the stream tonight on Facebook.
Well, they do have one of their favourite sons in Michael Sims on the green, of course.
Chris Roseanne's bowls royalty has pointed out, and I forgot to mention that the Nelson brothers are still yet to come back into this side as well. Not
pretty impressive,
tonight.
Isn't it?
Jacob and Kane both coming down. Of course, Kane part of their side last season. Jacob flying down for the first time. $16-shot lead.
Having said that, though, they come in and a couple of their Bendigo boys, depending if they're playing Friday or Saturday, may not play. So there'll be pretty good replacements as Cody just draws himself a sneaky little toucher.
And, yeah, Falk's back down in front of it as well, even more important. Good shot.
Is this the end they finally get back on the board? Not saying they will. It's more a question than anything. Probably the best setup they've had front end for a while. Even though Moonee Valley's got the 2 back ones, there's not a real clear path to it. Don't think that's getting down enough. Not a bad effort, though.
Say it again.
I don't think it's getting down enough.
Say it again if it falls.
I don't think it's...
Say it again. Say it again.
I don't think it can get down any further.
It's never in doubt. It was never in doubt.
See, it's only a measure. It's only a measure. What's all the excitement for?
Correct, Ronnie Nicholson. Matty Rink doing a good job of just chipping away on the Rink next door. They dropped a heap of numbers there in the middle stage of that game. Kevin.
He's got the wrong side of it, but he does get him a bowl past the jack.
Yeah, it is. I think you're right. It is close for shot, even the way Lynchy's calling that. It's their shot to play first.
Draws a toucher.
Onto the jack, yep.
3 or 4. And all of a sudden, in 2 bowls, they'd go from a losing head to a winning one.
Jeez, he's thereabouts again, isn't he?
I don't think it's getting down enough, Sam. I've said it before, and I got it right this time.
It's all there for them. If Lynchy can somehow get a little bit of movement down there and miss the front bowl of Brent Cody, trails the jack for a heap. for a heap.
Kevy really needs to get this.
Or is he getting just forehand, turn the ball
Forehand, sit the bowl. It's better he trail a jack than they do. No, he's under. He's just fishing for line.
Miles under Troy.
He's just can't find the line. The way Nathan Lynch is playing.
Oh yeah, up and down for shot. Gave it every chance with that weight, didn't he?
You can see what he's trying to do. They're definitely playing with more confidence. You know,
it's always easier when the score's going away and I'm going to say the results going their way because they've just genuinely outplayed them.
They've outplayed them. But, you know, it's a measure, and Lynch is playing that with a lot of confidence. Whereas it just feels like the Deer Park boys are just searching to find the line. Leroy played that with good weight, good, confident weight.
Love to see him play something different, but he's not going to. We'll save it for another day. He's going to stick with his forehand just enough to try and move the jack. That's just going to drift.
Look at the weight.
Beautiful weight for it. Beautiful weight for it.
Depends who's got shot as to how Leroy plays this. I feel like
it's obviously very good. They're both sort of playing as they're down. I mean, obviously, Lynch had them all. So the better head to play at.
Yeah, this is where they're just struggling to find that line again. Again, he's played beautiful weight.
Good pace again, so I don't think either of them will give it away, although Kevin's looking the more confident.
I think both said one, but they both think one to themselves. Umpire's coming out. Neither boy wants to measure.
20-18, Mr. Sims and Cora. That's a great job to get it all the way back to 2 against the Casey Rink. They've picked up 4 wins in a row. In fact, Troy, they've gone 2, 2, 2, and then a 3.
Good little run.
Yep. Yeah, it's all going their way across all the 4 rinks now. It's that sort of stage where Case had a huge lead. Bouncy had snuck out. Those 2 middle rinks have just, well, they've done a good job, and all of a sudden with the stream rink going the way it's going and Dylan Fisher doing a pretty good job on the end rink, it's showed on the overall. It's out to nearly 20 shots, Troy.
Amazing. In early days it was Deer Park that had the ascendancy, as you were saying, with that Mark Casey rink 12-1 up.
Round 1 of Premier Division for 24-25.
1 to Deer Park. I told you he didn't get down
enough.
He fell
on the roll. He never looked like any turn far enough. They stopped the run of 8 ends in a row on end 16. They'll get the mat back. In fact, well, they had the mat last time in this direction, didn't they, Troy? And
they did, but they didn't get the ditch to ditch that they wanted. He sent that one longer, Chris Green.
So 25 ends to go across all 4 rinks.
Does
all
it
of them.
stay? Yes, it does. Good roll. That's an important roll, that, Sam.
The same stage of the game, so something different.
People underestimate the jack roll, but in a game where one team's going ditch to ditch and the other one's going a lot shorter, jack roll is crucial. And in a game where the opposition wins 8 or 9 ends in a row, jack roll is even more crucial. As is opening bowl. Great starter, Chris Green. Yeah, a couple of goodies there.
Big thanks once again to Moama and Dandenong for pairing the stream for another season of Metro Pennant. Of course, Dandenong in action tonight over at Whittlesea, and Whittlesea are doing a bit of a job on them. Troy?
Yes.
Another very open competition is Prem Reserve this season. Very, very hard to pick a winner. I feel the opening day results prove just that.
Yeah, I think the tipping's going to be a real challenge this season. This just confirms the choice of shot there. If you look at that head, it looks like they'd be playing the other hand, but it just confirms to me and a few of those bowls on the last end that inside hand is kinder. They've played the majority of their bowls on it. It's just a kinder hand, easier to get line.
Doesn't have the weight, does it?
Not quite.
Trying hard. No.
Forced to change a hand.
Played it good. Still going to be down.
Just found the hole.
Chris Ball picks up 2 on the far rink. Just keeps Deer Park within that sort of 16 shots. Approaching the final 20 ends. It's not over. There's still plenty of ends to play.
Yeah, 24 to go.
We've seen earlier in the night big numbers, a 6 to Matty Bower, 6 to Mark Casey earlier in the game, couple 5s there as well.
Couple of 4s.
What's Kevin doing here?
He's not short.
What's he doing?
Well,
that's
Chris Green's at the back.
To be fair, he's turned 1 into 2.
Not what he was trying to do.
I'm pretty happy it's Brad Gibson playing this and not me. I don't imagine this is going to be an easy draw, is it? Because he can't really get all the way to the jack. He's going to have to draw somewhere jack high. Can't really get all the way to the jack anywhere, I don't think.
No, but that's an important skill too, to understand that you don't have to draw all the way to the jack. Sometimes you just got to beat the opposition's bowl. So he doesn't need to get back to the jack. If he beats that bowl of Kevy's, he's second at worst. But it is a long way down there, especially after the lengths they've been playing in the last 8 or 10 ends. Has he got past that bowl? Not quite.
He's right
Good
with the clear
effort.
road, wasn't he? That's the tricky part about these ones where that Jack's in a tough position to get to. Gets another go at it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to change much either. Simsy's just played a cracker, set a bowl out for a number. Don't know how many it is. Casey's got a bowl left though. We got that, they'd nearly hit the lead on that Rink, Sam. Don't know how many it is, but
Case misses under.
that's 3.
Swazi's getting them up and about. He's rocking a shirt and
That's
shorts.
3,
It's
Sammy.
a 3. They've hit the lead in that Rink. It's an unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Oh, pick your own word. We'll work on that. They've hit
Sorry,
the front 5 wins in a row.
I didn't realise you had a patent on it. My apologies.
Hit the front. More importantly, it just helps tick the big board over.
Sure does.
21-20. As many as 20-9 down only a few ends ago. 14-2 at one stage, in fact.
Just fell in. Twisty's trailing a Jack on the Rink next door.
He actually drove and scattered a heap of bolts, and the Jack sort of went through at the pace where it looked like it might have been
Yeah, I
trailed.
only saw the end of it and thought he's
the Jack
trailed
was
it.
slow moving.
So you mean it's one of those fast trails?
Correct.
Aha.
Don't know where it's ended up, but there's lots of high fives, so result for the Valley boys. All right, Bradley Gibson is still a couple down, a little bit of work to do, but
Not much of a correction required, though, on his previous bowl.
similar bowl gives him a chance, yes.
Oh, I don't think he's wide enough. There's a hole there, though. Oh, he couldn't and he wouldn't.
Probably missed the weight in the end. Cooper Wescombe is trying to call me right now.
Does
Has
he
that kid
realise
got
you're
any
on the
idea?
live stream?
Clearly not.
I think he's just telling you that after earlier you said you were not
Yes.
very excited about the game, that
There's
they've
been a
just
very
had a
short
selection
team,
meeting.
a very quick selection meeting.
Good news for all those listeners is that Sam can do every game of streaming now.
We love the Friday nights and bringing them to you across Facebook and YouTube. I don't love it when the conditions are like this. It's only round 1. It can only improve.
No, but
There's fresh evening here at Deer
the
Park.
game makes it better, doesn't it? Watching the
100%
game.
it does.
I wouldn't be out here just standing here, that's for sure.
Doesn't stop in time. Still only 2. What was Mr. Lynch indicating then?
Surely he's just got to beat those bowls and draw the shot. No.
Yeah, I
He's
thought he
seen
was looking
something
at
on the back end.
He's going to be playing a bit of weight, is he?
He plays the aggressive game, doesn't he?
Yeah, and when it's
He
going
backs
well, it's
himself.
going really well. Which one's he got? Which one's he got? Oh, he's nearly snuck the back one out.
After watching that, I'm still not convinced on exactly what he was trying to do. Just stun and run, or
Well, clears some out. Back
cut
to
it-
1. And
cut it
guess
to
what?
1.
If SCHRANER doesn't do anything, the bowl is worth 3. weight from SCHRANER.
What did he was playing there? This end's confused me, Sam.
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure.
When I thought both skips would draw, they both run. Shows how little I know. Now I think he might run, which means he'll probably draw. Yeah, he's drawing because I thought he'd run.
Needs to run. Needs to run.
They're not getting excited.
It's a good effort. Yeah,
He's
he
done
did.
it.
He ran far enough for one. He drew the shot. Well, there you go. There was a bit happening that end towards the end, wasn't it? I have to go back and watch that one on the replay.
Yeah, I think I could watch it a few times and still not really know what they were trying to do.
I think I got what LYNCH was trying to play, trying to get the plant and, you know, clear
Stun
himself a
and
bit
run.
of a road, take one out. I'm not entirely sure what the play was from Leroy, what the go was there.
No.
Actually, they were holding. Kevin's was holding one.
It's nearly getting to that magic number where Deer Park are more shots down than ends to play. It's always a magic number. It's 19 in 21. But the Valley are far more up and about.
Well, the no dead ends factor, Troy, just reminder, by the way.
Oh, yes, I could be taking it alone this week to...
See you Monday.
lucky you're away Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Thursday, you'll have forgotten, so I'll be right.
Moama Bakery as well on Monday. Oh,
If only I was up there, Sam, but
well,
I won't be.
that's a story for another day.
That's it.
20 shots the margin, 20
20
ends
and
to
20,
play.
it is the magic number. Good correction, Chris Green.
Yeah, better shot, indeed.
The Simsy Rink getting excited again. He must have played another cracker. All of a sudden, Moonee Valley up on 3 of the 4 rinks. Don't think he's cleared it.
Almost, yeah.
Little searcher.
He might just play the shot and land this bowl out.
The confidence they're playing with at the moment.
So much confidence that he's gonna have a look and just take a little bit more time as well, which I like.
Not only have they got the bowl to sit, jack down the line 2 feet 3 as well. I can't really see how they don't try this shot.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not reading the comments, are you?
No.
Liam Fleming, the man, the myth, the legend, runs the whole town of Moama. Will get me one from the cafe and put it on your tab. Brilliant.
Well, that's no problem because I probably won't pay the tab, so that works out well.
It'll get back to you, don't you worry. Well, gets down to Blake's bowl and turns it out. There's a couple for Deer Park.
Doesn't change the shot though.
They've just won a couple of ends across the board to just keep it within that, 17 shots. You have to start making
17
some
and 18.
inroads. Yep.
Still keeps it under the magic number.
Chris Ball asking for the kill, and he scatters a whole lot of bowls and gets everything but the jack, and I think it's one to Moonee Valley on the far rink after all of that.
If he's under, he's got the jack. What a shot, and he's made 3. Absolutely perfect. If he's under,
we're going to
he's
see a Kevin
got
Anderson
the jack.
drive.
What a
Troy
shot,
Stafford
and he's
sausage roll
made
here.
3. Oh, he's got one out.
Yeah, no holding back there at all, was there?
The sausage roll is on here.
This is as good a chance as you'll get.
What are they discussing here?
Well, they don't want to go near it and build it up any more than it already is.
Well,
If it's hit at that speed, there's
Yeah.
no point worrying about where the jack might go.
Probably
at the same
not.
time. So, can they get somewhere and count without making the target bigger? If
They've got the toucher in the ditch. Whilst Kevy got that bowl out, it was a toucher, so it's still a live bowl. And they've got the other back one, but it's likely that it would kill if they get it. But stranger things have happened. Don't tell me he was playing the nasty blocker.
never seen a blocker work. There's always a better shot. Thoughts?
You're
going to tell me incorrect.
I advocate a blocker
Oh.
more so
Yeah.
if it's your last bowl in an end.
Yep.
The concern I have if you block too early is if your opposition gets the shot, you might have then blocked yourself. So generally the main time I'll play a blocker is if it's my last bowl.
Kevin.
Oh.
It's a little touch on the front. Didn't need that.
Didn't play
Pretty
kill
on
weight.
otherwise. Yep.
That I'm disappointed though. He didn't play kill weight.
Well, I thought it was the right shot to play.
It was. That's not what I'm arguing here.
Where's he going? Enough to count. Stopping in time. Didn't need to stop in time. Got a little touch and falls behind where the jack and his bowl is. 3 down. It's just about game on the line, isn't it?
Playing the hard weight.
Played it good.
He's close, Sammy.
Played it real good. Where's the jack going?
Jack's
No,
going
he doesn't
nowhere.
Get the jack. Doesn't get
Jack's
the jack.
going nowhere.
Thought he was right off. More money. Who's played that?
Luke Hoskin,
Oh,
the Bendigo Flyer.
it's all playing out very, very nicely for them. Across all 4 rinks. Got a tighter line here. Probably wants to run away now. He does, and there's almost held on to
I
count.
think he might.
Trying to get the jack squeezing out to the side, to the right here, Troy. Is that an option?
Potentially.
Oh, out to the left from behind the
He's
head. This
under.
one's gone away.
It's their own bowl. Will definitely only make it 2. When I say only.
Oh, well. Oh, fell back down. We turned
2.
it closer and it might be 2.
2.
Oh, okay, never mind. 2. It's a good end. The shot again from Brad Gibson is just out of this world.
Played it perfect.
Given how we've seen the opposition struggle on the home green tonight, the fact he's been able to play those shots just to turn the jack around the corner or just to sit a bowl out. It's been high quality stuff. Up and back for the live stream, 23-5.
And of course the other initiative we've brought in this season is an MVP. in the Premier Division
In the commentary
competition.
box. Oh.
Commentary box, no. In the Premier Division, where each of our sides will be giving votes to their opposition for the best and second best player on the rink. And it gets weighted based on results, wins versus losses and things like that. There's a bit of a formula that we've created for it. So winning votes generally will be worth more than votes in a losing rink, and the more you win by, the more a vote can be worth. So we'd be saying
We say Brad Gibson's
Brad
well and
Gibson
truly leading
will
the count.
get the best for Moonee Valley, and second it'd have to be pretty tight between Lynchy and Fedder. Fedder had the chocolates early, but Lynchy's played some big bowls now in this second half of the game. And probably Deer Park, I'd have to say their best player has been Chris Green.
Snuck out now, Troy. 18 the margin. It's stayed around this 15, sort of 20 shots for the last hour and a half.
It's outside that magic number now. It's more than
It's just
a
hard,
shot and end.
It's just hard once it gets out to that margin to bring it back. You're just going to need all 4 rinks to go at the one time to.
Especially when
to
you're
catch
running
up.
out of ends.
Yeah.
Good shot, Brenton Code. Bit of a better setup here for the Deer Park boys this end.
Brent Rain reckons best on the rink should get a TV. What do you reckon? We give away a TV per round?
Well, it is
Good luck with the-
BVTV, isn't it?
Give them away a TV.
I've got one in my cupboard I could give away.
Second-hand TVs. Jeez, we're generous. Now Wiz just pulls up a little short there. Not that he wanted to pull up short too, because it's set up just okay for Deer Park at the moment. Brenton Code have to throw a third in here. Is there one number that's going to come from somewhere just to give them one last look at it? Matty Bouse doing his best. 3 ones in a row. Brenton Code does pretty well there, Troy. Gets to a handy home and
Could be in the
close to
count.
counting. Yep.
I'm going to say it's not an easy shot here for Bradley, but he's made a lot of things look easy tonight.
Yes. He's asking for it to settle out of the hand.
Doesn't need to get, not that he's going to, but it doesn't need to get the shot here. If he could get second shot, that'd be objective achieved. Yeah, good shot, Kevy. Certainly doesn't make it any easier for Gibbo either.
Down to the last 13 ends on the big board. Gee, that night's gone. It's flown past, but it hasn't lacked quality at all. Especially from this man on screen right now. Can he do it once more?
Guts is that bowler that make, if he'd turned that, he would open it up. But he has made a bit of a target for Lynchy. So, again, whilst he hasn't got the shot, he's improved the head for his skip coming after
He's going to
him.
have to play a real good one there.
He's made a target that he can split through now. And he's also made it harder for Kevy to draw another shot, because he's forced him to change hands and navigate a little bit of traffic. Lynch will play this with a lot more confidence now that he's got probably a 2.5 bowl target to get a split through. And he's got Fetters at the back. That's exactly what he's doing. Just not going to hold. Right idea. Leroy's not coming back. Beautiful weight.
He's going again. More interested this time.
If he gets down. Oh, he's cut it down to one.
Way.
Great shot.
Almost done it again.
He's cut two out, though. He's done his job.
Good shot. And he's almost going to clip the back one out even further. Is it back to one, or is it still a couple? I think one.
I think one. I think one.
Yeah.
One to
No,
Deer Park.
misses out, so they'll tick the scoreboard over. Another end down. They pick up a one. They're sort of needing a few numbers across the board, but if they can win another end here.
Casey just getting back in front on Simsy, which, you know, at the end of the day, if you can't get the win overall, if you can get a couple of rinks, that 4 points can really make a difference. We saw last season the difference between 4th and 5th was only 1 point, which is half a rink for the whole season. So every point is valuable.
Brent Rayner is asking for a few player interviews after the game, a bit Romy Bryan-like.
Stalking Sam.
Nah, I reckon, yeah, we'll come up with something a bit more, yeah, a bit different than that.
Yeah,
I
a
reckon
bit more.
You're getting kicked out very shortly, by the way. Not something we've really done before, I reckon, the old player interviews, but we'll get one of the boys in here tonight to have a quick chat after the game.
Yeah, we've certainly discussed it.
So 17 shots, it's just stayed around that margin for, well, close to the last, 30, 40 ends after Moonee Valley had hit the front, and then there was a few numbers in the middle rinks that just sort of keeping Deer Park in touch, and eventually Valleys were able to pick up a few ends across the board while this stream rink was on fire. Dillian doing a nice job on the end rink as well, 21-11 after 18 ends. Long season though, isn't it, Troy? Still 13 rounds of the home and away season left. There's
Oh, absolutely.
so long to go, but this will fill the Valley boys with plenty of confidence, if there wasn't already, heading into the remainder of the season. See both of these sides on live stream a few times throughout the season.
If he gets around it, he'll get the shot. Yes, he's done that. Pretty good weight, but not coming back. Same bowl asked for here.
Thought it was the last end, but you've just pointed out that the scoring out that the boys are using shows something slightly different, and we might still be up and back.
Yeah, you might have just added one somewhere.
Or you have?
A little. No, I haven't touched it. You're just a little trigger happy there, Sam.
I was just trying to handle that off.
Either you wanted to get out of the cold, or your hands were shaking and you double clicked.
Could have quite possibly been both. Yep.
Oh, under that he had the shot. Good news there, though, Sammy, is gives our viewers more action.
Yeah, and us for sure. 15 shots, 11 ends. Just having a look across the rink. Is there a number coming from somewhere? Michael Sims is on the mat. As it so often is when you sat on the side in the commentary box, and at this level, the jack is surrounded. If you haven't been following the end, it's very hard then to pick up.
Correct.
The shot being played and the player's reaction to get an idea of how the head might be set up. Michael Sims is playing weight and missing.
Didn't touch a bowl, so no change.
He hasn't done it again, has he?
Not quite up.
Oh, the track was okay.
Yeah. He's looking good till you got involved.
What are they? Holding one, maybe two? James Federico's bowl out to the sides, just about even level with the jack.
Pretty close for two, isn't it? Kevy's, oh, he's under. It's taken off. Only needs 2 feet. If he's under that, he's good. He's just not under.
Just got caught up. He was right otherwise, wasn't he?
Doesn't make it any easier for Leroy, though.
Yeah, I don't know what he plays here, to be honest. Not sure. What are you playing?
Panic.
Love that shot choice.
No, he's just got to back himself to get through the gap and draw the shot, I think.
No, they need a
Or a little touch on the jack.
So they need a number, even if they just win the end.
Can he touch the jack a yard and make 4? I think he can.
Okay. Yes. No. Yeah. I think he can as well.
He's got one of Chris's, one of Cody's, and one of Kev's there.
He's getting the split of both the bowls. Yep.
We could do that and get
back one out on the way through.
He got one. Didn't matter. Even if he didn't get that, I think it still would have just been one.
Yeah, he didn't need to take out them back one there because it makes it even harder to get the jack for a number now as well.
Yeah.
Like there's still a few there, but how do you get to the jack? Try and slice it on the backhand.
You can get to the jack. You got to get a pass. So he's got the back one as well. If you put it right in, could nearly make 5.
They've got the bet. They've got what do they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
on the. If he gets it the right side,
4 on the respot, 5 if it gets in the ditch.
What's Lynch? Is he covering? No.
Well, he's been asked to cover.
Well,
he's just got to try and the pack. There's sort of 4 level bowls here you can see across the bottom of your screen.
I think the scoreboard says go the jack here,
and
make 5.
Instead, he's thrown in a counter and left himself vulnerable to make a few. SCHRANER to make a few. He's got to swing the jack.
Swing the jack. 5 shots. Put the pressure on Lynchy. To get Sissy overall goes back to 10.
This is the game on the line here. SCHRANER, is he moving in time for the jack?
No, he's got Stixie's bowl.
Then what?
1 shot.
A bit of sarcastic, oh yeah.
And now,
as he runs on for 1.
But now, if Lynchy lands that bowl, it's 3 or 4. Well, how things change.
There's a chance to let him all the way out and stay for 5 is probably the best result.
Just doesn't want the jack if he's too quick.
Well, if he tries to overplay to get the maximum result themselves, then yes, you're right. He might just play positive enough just to land the bowl for a couple or move the jack for
he doesn't need the massive number. He'd like the massive number.
He's played the weight where if it goes sour, it's no good. We'll never find out. He's
got the wrong side of it. What a great effort. Jeez, he's not far away, is he? Comes to our final end here on our streamed rink.
Deer Park, for the first time in the game on the stream, pick up back-to-back ends.
What a great...
Unbelievable effort from the Valleys. That's the way they've set up the heads.
Great display of bowls we've seen here from the Valley boys on this rink. And across the rinks really, but particular focus on this one. Looking likely that the Valley will get this one with minimum 2 rinks and the third one in contention.
Yeah, Case picks up a 3 to go to 26-21.
That's 11 in 9. Lucas Protopappas just tuning in for the final stages. Good to have you on board, Lucas. After a gold medal up at the Nationals.
Pretty fair effort from the boys up there.
Carried JT to the win, didn't he? That's what I heard.
That's how it usually plays out, yep.
Yeah.
Just having a look across the other 3 rinks whether there's any sign of a late number just to make the Valley just a little bit nervous heading into the last few ends, but I don't know if it's coming. Not on the rink next door. Valley's holding a 2 or 3. Bousey, don't know if he's got a chance for a number.
Iconic duo there?
That is a Ryan Bevis lead bowl on top of the jack next door. Is that where you're looking? I'm
looking next door, yeah. On the rink next... No, just on Twisty's rink there.
Yep. And that's Rhino's bowl. Shot by Brenton Code. Deer Park won the end on the far end. Chris Ball.
Given Ryan Bevis isn't in that game, I don't think it's Ryan Bevis's bowl.
Oh, what?
I've got a feeling
that's Dougie's. It's Mr. Doug. Riley Boxall. Chris Ball picks up a 3 on the far end. Troy. It's never over until it is.
This is true.
It's back to 8 shots. There's
Thunder
still
than Magic.
8 ends left.
It's 8 in 8.
Yeah, you just hear Joshy Rennick urging his boys just to challenge them to make sure they finish this one off. It's not done just yet. Troy.
Anything can happen.
Only take one end here or there. The important bowl is Matio that he throws this in because they're holding maybe 2, maybe 3.
What about Feder though? What about if he just draws the shot?
That'll do.
Not quite. What a great effort. Very, very good second.
That's an important end for Matty O'Brien and the Valleys to pick up on the rink next door. They pick up a 3.
3? I thought there was 3 fingers there.
Riley Boxall's lead bowls hold on to the shots. Joshy Rennick throws another one in. That's an important pickup. Any sign of the latest of comebacks. Just have been snuffed out with that pickup. 11 shots. It's the lead.
Lucas telling us that JT carried him. You don't have to be polite, Lucas. What's our star player done?
He's running far enough.
He's got 3rd shot.
Just
Sets
been
it up.
in the right area every time.
Yep.
Very, very consistent.
Particularly in the second half of the game. Played some absolute crackers.
Sticks here, he'll go again.
He's playing under for the bowl. He's just under. Oh, he's turned another one up.
Ooh.
But they've got bowls in the head.
Yeah.
They've got bowls in the head, they've got a target, and they've got the Bacchus bowl.
It's going to take a fair bowl from Leroy to make any more out of that. As he looks to try and turn something over the jack, because they've got a couple of catches there. If he spins the yellow out of the head.
If Lynchy goes this, catches the edge and kills it, I get the sausage roll.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that. I'm going to run out on the green and tell him only draw. Second shot's good. Second shot's real good. Not on the 21st stand, that would be heartbreaking.
Oh, that would break your heart, wouldn't it?
Don't even. So a little chance for Lee just to try and turn.
If Lynchy knew what was on the line, he'd play
out.
for it.
No, he wouldn't. Throwing his arm out, asking for it to hold. This isn't going to change the head. Where does it get to?
I think he's got enough bowls in there, Sammy, though, that he plays that shot. Play the split. I don't think he's going to go massive, but...
Well, they own the very back of the rink with Blake's lead bowl all the way through. He might actually be inclined to go big if he's looking to get the shot.
Yeah.
Just don't think he wants to play the weight where it rattles around. I think he's going to play forehand through sticks, can work off that to get the shot. That's probably the ultimate result, best as he gets all the way through and splits up anything sort of 2 feet in behind.
Oh, he's playing forehand. He's playing your shot.
Unders.
Yep.
Does he have weight to hurry anything past?
He's only got draw weight, really.
Chance here, he's going to play enough to sit the bowl underneath to hang around and make 3.
Lynchy just hasn't seen the sausage roll special. I think he's under, Sam. Nah, he just wants to take the win overall, I think. See if he can get one. He's happy if he goes one down, so be it. Well done, Sam. You win.
Thank you. It's the easiest win you'll ever see. Speaking of winning, it's a rink win to Nathan Lynch's 4.
We'll see if we can get one of them into commentary and you can ask them the hard-hitting questions, Sam.
Oh, I don't have any hard questions. If you get the right person, they'll be the hard-hitting questions. Very good. There you go, you may have heard that. All right, so a rink win the way of Nathan Lynch, Brad Gibson, James Federico and Blake Andrews. They drop a 1 in the last end. In fact, they dropped the last 3 ends. All up. Keeping an eye on the rink next door. (15-21) is the scoreline. So Matty Bouse leading that rink. Casey 26-21. Dylan Fisher 21-14. So a couple ends left across the board. See if we can get a camera across one rink to have a look. And as we keep an eye on it, we had a camera on the rink next door. Still a couple ends to go across the rinks. It's an 11-shot lead on the big board. 77 of 84 played. And the man of the show, it's a pretty handy opening round win, isn't it? Not bad at all.
What is it? It's still pretty close overall, isn't it? It was 11.
few audio issues, but you can hear me okay, can you?
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Yeah, you've got me, yeah. You've got me, but I can't hear you, but I can hear you through the headset, but that's all right. Alrighty, Bradley Gibson, that's a pretty fair opening round win, mate. 22-7, in fact 22-8. We'll pop the last one on the board there. Jeez, you boys played well. Couldn't have asked for a better start, could you?
Yeah, the boys played well, especially Bulky and Feder in the front end. Gave us great heads to play to all day, so they started off really well and gave me and Lynchy a chance to play a few shots, which is good. So hopefully the boys can bring it home now.
Probably noticed that earlier, that the front end boys, I don't know if they held shot that often on the crossover, but the head sort of just set up pretty favourable for you at lunch at, sort of 2 or 3 bowls to 1 in the head, and you just able to play nice sort of arriving shots and make them conversions.
Yeah, the boys played good. Like I said, the front end was all time, so really set us up. Give Lynchy a chance to play a few big ones, which was good. Good to see.
Deer Park probably jumped you across the board a little bit on the couple of middle rinks, and you guys just had to sort of keep doing your job and keep going as the game progressed. So you sort of backing those guys to bring it back. I mean, they've sort of done a good job to chip away and keep you ahead in the overall. Plenty of experience across those 2 middle rinks. They've done a good job in the end.
Yeah, they have. They've done well. A lot of experience. You got Matty O and Simsy, so 2 classy players. We back them in. Hopefully they can bring it home.
Twisty snags a 3 on the rink next door. Couple rink points still to play for. All important. So you don't mind the Deer Park matchup, do you?
Yeah, it's good.
Except when you play Candy Club.
Other grand final, it's good. They're obviously the benchmark, so we fire up. It's a good game. They've got a lot of class through the whole side. So
yep.
And they've been the benchmark for the last sort of 4 or 5 years. So that's what we're trying to get to. So it's good. It's a good hit out always.
We head to next week, of course, mate. We've got the double header. We'll be up at Bendigo East on the Sunday. You boys will have a game on the Saturday there. Looking forward to that one. Always a big weekend. Probably don't have too many double headers these days. Division 1 days, that.
It's looking forward to getting down to Bendigo. So green's always good down there. So
yep.
Yeah, can't wait. Actually, it's going to be good.
Play a few familiar faces next Friday night. Home opener.
Yeah.
Up against Bundy.
Yeah,
looking forward to that one.
Bundy at home will be good. So
yep.
They've got a few new faces. So do we. So it should be a good game.
Alright, so the last 3 ends of the game. There's still a couple rink points to play for. Matty Bouse 21 against Matty O 18. Case 4 up against Simsy, and Dylan Fisher's all but wrapped up the far rink. And of course, mate, still a couple boys to come into this side next week that weren't available tonight for you.
Yeah, a couple of
handy
ones.
Looking forward to having them on board.
Yeah, it'd be nice to slot Kane and Jacob Nelson in next week. So it's a good problem to have. Kane's coming off a couple of Oz titles this week, so he's in ripping form. So.
And Jacob coming down for the first time this season.
Yeah, excited to get him down here. He's obviously a quality player, so he just won the championship singles, I think. So yeah, they're both in great form, so we're very lucky to have them.
Alright, this one's all but just about wrapped up. We'll let you go, mate. Thanks for giving us a few minutes. All the best next weekend.
Perfect.
See you up at Bendigo East.
Thank you. Go Valleys.
Brad Gibson, best on the rink by a mile tonight. You're only second best. Did I jump on? No, didn't think so. We'll wrap it up there. There's still a couple ends to go, but it'll be Moonee Valley getting the overall win on opening night of the season, 24-25. They will take the win. It's 84-69. A couple ends left to go. You'll be able to catch the final result in Bowls Link. These boys will wrap up the night. What has absolutely been a cracking opening to the season. Big thanks to Moama and Dandenong clubs for their continued support for season 24-25. We'll see you next Friday night. Deer Park in action again against Yarraville Footscray. Their home opener, 7 o'clock next Friday on BVTV across Facebook and YouTube. Thanks to all those who joined us. And we'll see you again next Friday night for more Premier Division action for 24-25.